I'm
You're
ranting
good at it.
there.
You're
I
ranting
did
about
it.
the fact nobody's ranting.
I did the thing.
Oopsies.
Howdy, everybody out there in Streamland. We are live from the apocalypse. If you were joining us for the first time, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you with us here this holiday season for our 12 parentheses ish asterisks games of Haz-Mas. We are a not-for-profit, not
Words.
we are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that benefits charities and various nonprofits with our content. Right now, we are raising money for medical aid for Palestinians, doing a lot of very good work in the Gaza Strip right now for a lot of people in need. So if you are interested in supporting us and the work that we do, we ask that you not do the sub thing, anything like that, just because Jeffy B is going to take at least half of that, and he does not need that. He does not need that nearly so much as the people that we are raising money for. So instead, you will notice that we have hidden the subscribe button from you. Seek it at your peril, and only if you can answer me these riddles 3, and instead replaced it with a donate button, which, as far as we are aware, gives 100% of whatever you donate to the cause in question with no middleman. Also, as another fun little bit, if you hit the button and donate, you will cause the McElroy brothers to shout at us. Mostly me; they can't hear it. They'll be shouting at me and interrupt whatever tense serious scene we were having at that moment. Uh, Interestingly, I don't know. So Switch is the storyteller for this game. Are there any sort of donation incentives that you want to offer for this particular game?
Oh, that is a good question that I had not considered. I'll
Well,
tell
you
you
don't have to
what.
think about if you want to think about it and you come up with it in the midst of things. If at some point you were just holding us all hostage and you want to dangle that incentive in front of folks to get us out of that sitch, I have personally found in my games it is startlingly effective.
Yes, I know that I've played on other channels that use like hero points and villain points. But, to grant rerolls. I think what I would like to do is either allow the player characters a free reroll, or allow me to force them to reroll.
Thick
Oh,
nasty.
that's vicious. I
That
love
is
it.
vicious.
So I don't know what your general threshold for that is, but I think if you donate, you should be allowed to.
Kill a bunch of teenagers tonight.
Alex,
Yeah.
Alex, I see you in the chat. I see you in the chat,
Oh, no,
Alex.
Alex is
You
gonna do it.
motherfucker.
All right. Well, with that in
And
mind,
JD
tonight
probably
we
is
are
too, because I cursed him last time he was in a one shot that I got to watch. So.
well.
Listen, we're in Appalachia tonight. I'm sure curses mean nothing. It's fine.
Only down your entire bloodline.
It's true.
With that in mind, so we are playing a Kids on Bikes game this evening. I'm gonna have us go around and introduce ourselves and our characters, and just a little bit about who we're gonna be playing tonight. And we'll do plugs for stuff at the end of the stream. We're gonna go around really in alphabetical order, except for Switch because they're the storyteller, and so they get to go last. If I am doing yes, go. I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just going to do this correctly. You know what? It's going to be in the order that I click on it in the stream because they're just labeled by player number. All right. So we're going to find out together. 3, 2, 1. Who's in the hot seat? All right.
Hi, guys. My name is Alice. I use they, them pronouns. Tonight, I am playing Cameron Moore, who also uses they, them pronouns. Cameron is a little bit of a loner weirdo, as the game would call it. Really, they're there. They got brought on this trip by their cousin because their nanny said that they had to go. She had something going on that night. And you know what? They're there.
Extremely cool. All right, who's up next? Who's in the hot seat? 3, 2, 1. Oh shoot! Beans.
It
I feel
was
like
an alphabetical.
I mean, I think the numerical order is actually just the alphabetical order, but we'll find out. Hey, everybody! I am Brendan. He, him, and my character Keith is also he, him. And I am playing a weird Boy Scout. Which I mean, honestly, it was really hard when I was making this character. I looked at the sheet and I was just like, Brendan, this is just you when you were 16. This is I don't know. I don't know how we should feel about this, but it's too late to change anything. So I guess we're rolling with it. Anyway, bye. Right. Who's up next? Who's it gonna be? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it is me. Hey. Hi, everybody. My name is Cassidy, better known as Yoda or Yoda Almighty. Tonight I am playing Devin, who is the reclusive eccentric, technically a teenager because I'm 19, but I'm the adult in the room. Yeah, he's just a weird hunting kid who, you know, he's a bow hunter. I think that says enough about him.
At least he doesn't go out for muzzle loaders. Then I'd be worried.
No, because fuck that. Anyway, my redneck is showing.
You're in good company.
Truly the hipsters of hunting.
You
Yeah.
are so correct. Okay, no, that's not.
Anyway,
no, we're not doing
before we go on that tangent.
Yeah.
All right, who's gonna be? Is it gonna be who we think it is? At 3, 2, 1. Oh no, beans.
Oh, no. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Chrissy, Chrissy and Keller. And to no one's surprise that knows me, I was a horse girl growing up back in the day, and I'm returning to those roots as Dawn. I did not pick a stereotypical trope that's in the book. I am going with the stereotypical horse girl trope, though. So she's very excited. I'm very excited, and yeah. Let's get traumatized.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, well, I guess that just leaves.
I was gonna say it should be real easy to figure out who's
2,
next.
1. Watch, it's gonna be me again. No.
Hi everybody, I'm Mac. I use he they pronouns. Tonight I'm playing Ricky, who uses he him. He is the young provider playbook. He's just a farm boy who is had to bring his cousin up here because Nanny said so, and you don't fuck with Nanny. So, but yeah, no, we're just gonna have some time away from the farm, which is weird for him.
All right, and then our illustrious storyteller for the evening.
Yes. Hello. I am Switchel Sweets, or I go by Switch or Switchy sometimes, but only Cass is allowed to call me that. And I have a wonderful little story set up for y'all this evening. The local teenagers of northern Appalachia, the Laurel Highlands, and the like have managed to convince uh, the older cousin to rent out a cabin so that the teenagers can have a little weekend of allegedly hunting or something. You know, whatever teenagers do when they're suddenly deeply unsupervised. And on their way up there, of course, the weather will be taking a little bit of a turn, and they might be in for more than they bargained for this weekend, with less of an escape than they may have thought. So that's where we're at tonight. And I think with that, I think we're good to set the scene and set these kids loose. So now I did give the team a map. We don't have like a play field or anything. It's all theater of the mind kind of. But you do have a road map because of course it is the 80s ish and there is no map quest. So somebody had to go pick up a road map or memorize the very detailed instructions involving things like turn left where the Buc-ee's used to be. Uh, so Um, Ricky, you're driving. Can you tell me what your plan is for this trip? For how are we getting there? You got your maps? You got your directions?
I got my maps, and Daddy's been up here before, so he made sure to tell me exactly, which way, how to get there, and yeah, he did. It has been a while because he said something about a McDonald's, and that ain't there no more. But you know what? We figured it out, and managed to get everybody in the damn truck somehow. It ain't that, it ain't that big, but we figured it out.
Good, good. This is an old farm truck, right? So,
Yeah.
all right. Is there enough room for anybody, or does somebody have to sit in the truck bed?
I think there's got to be some. Maybe we're taking having folks take turns. I think probably makes sense because it's cold out there. So
All right.
Well, I mean,
To,
okay, so you could fit like 3 folks in the cab, and then
well, and
you know,
we got that the little half seat,
yeah,
that
you know,
yeah.
annoying little half seat back there.
yeah,
So
so
with
yeah,
5 of you, only one person has to ride in the back.
No.
Now,
We can get everybody back
It's
there.
called lapsing.
It's called lapsing.
now there's going to be a bit of a squeeze. So, in the process of turning over to our next character, who has the privilege of shotgun in the farm truck?
Who's the tallest?
Well, I'm the one driving, so I get to pick. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
who's Ricky's best friend?
Well, Ricky is very interested in Devin, so I'm gonna say probably Devin.
Oh.
All right,
Keith is deeply
Devin,
hurt by this.
how's this? Oh,
So
Keith,
sorry.
we got a little Telltale Games pop up. Keith will remember that. Now, Devin, I understand that you haven't met a whole lot of these folks on this trip. So, how's this car ride been going for you so far?
Devin has been listening to everybody because they all know each other, and he only knows his cousin, Dawn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like, when prompted to be like for him to respond to something, he's been talking, but otherwise, he's just been kind of staring out the window.
Mm-hmm. All right. And now, being shotgun, are you also navigating?
Yeah, I got the atlas out, the whole
Excellent.
Rand McNally, and I'm just
Got a whole lot.
yeah.
I'm gonna have you do our inaugural roll, Devin.
Shit.
Let me see. So we're gonna roll for your navigation success, and I think that's gonna be a brains check.
Okay. I have not rolled a d12 in so long.
No,
I rolled a 10.
10. That will. All right. And I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Given the instructions that you have so far, that was that the check was a 4, so you passed by a margin of 6. So
Yeah.
you have not a single daggum problem navigating these roads. It's all unlabeled state roads out here, right? There's almost no road signs to speak of. But you're one of those people that could navigate while blindfolded. So you're just kind of every now and then interjecting the conversation with turn here. Nope, turn over there. And it's getting y'all to the right place. Somebody said it's just numbers. It literally is just numbers. My map says
It's
yeah, Highway 81,
it's literally
Road
I'm like,
116.
what mile are you on the odometer? In 2 miles, turn left. Like
Correct. Correct.
like
And so that puts in the back seat. I suppose we've got a little crush or yeah of people back there. So
well, we can get
it's
someone in the front and the middle, right?
Yeah, I was about
Yeah,
to
should
say,
be able to get
is
3
it a
people in the
bench?
front.
is it a bench?
If it's a farm truck, I'm
It's a
assuming it's a bench.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Okay, who's squished in the middle?
Oh,
I
well.
was gonna say, yeah, probably one, probably skinny little horse girl.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah,
Don,
yeah.
Don, do you have a role on this car trip? Got a couple hours here in the truck.
I like to think that she's the one picking the tunes or trying to find the radio stations for the tunes.
That's vital. vital.
Yeah, you gotta have the vibes. I don't know how well it's working since we're out in the middle of the boonies, but you attempt it,
You
you
know,
whittle through.
just for funsies, it's just a flavor roll. I just want to get everybody's first rolls out of the way. I'm
Okay.
gonna have you roll a charm check to
Okay.
keep the vibes fresh in the vehicle.
Uh,
And now you are going through mountains. The radio stations are changing constantly. The reception is fading in and out. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be like a 5. It's a little tricky.
all right, all right. I got a D10 in charm.
All right.
The 6.
A 6, beauty. So it's fading out now and again, but generally you are on top of being able to snap through frequencies. I mean, your hand is just spinning that dial with ease.
Perfect.
So so we got some good vibes for the folks crammed in the back seat.
Found some
Wi-
Hank Williams. It's fun.
Ooh yeah, get a little Chris Christopherson on there. Whew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, so that leaves Keith and Cameron in the back. How y'all holding up?
I don't think Cameron has necessarily stopped talking.
What what you talking about? I have to know.
Let's see if it's the two of them in the back seat. Cameron has probably found some plant that they are trying to get Keith to identify for them.
You just have a plant in the car that
That is the only thing they have ever talked about before. So Cameron, knowing that Keith had come on this is coming on this trip, found a plant, put it in their bag. It is probably dead. It is like missing a leaf and a half. And they're not exactly sure what it is. It might be poison ivy, it might be something else, but they're like holding it out and trying to get Keith to identify it, see if it's got any of the fun things, if that's something that they need to start stocking up on for Granny, or maybe not touch it all.
as you're holding it in
Now the
both
leaf
hands.
now like the leaf shape ain't right for poison ivy, but I mean I don't really want to touch it and find out.
Do you want to roll a brains check to see if you know, Keith?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Roll a brains check for plant identification, which I'll be honest, Brendan is not super good at. I just take a picture. If it's a plant or a bug or a fungus, I send a picture to my sister and go, "Who dis?"
Perfect. I am going to. I'm gonna set that at like a 7 because this plant's looking real rough, you guys.
All right. Well, fortunately, brains is D20 for me,
Ooh,
I got a
you got a
13.
good chance. 13. Okay. Um, you're not quite sure what happened to this plant to make it look like this, but you do know a wild plantain when you see one, and it
They
has a little bit of.
they
You
have wild
can eat
plantains
it.
in PA.
We do have wild plantains in
All
PA.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
Now
All
they're
right.
not like
Things I
bananas.
didn't know.
It's the name of a. It's got like a broad ribbed leaf that grows low on the ground, and it is useful in certain Appalachian charms. You can actually tie a spray or a bunch of plantain to a wooden plate and hang it on or over your door, and it's supposed to ward off break-ins and burglars. So very useful thing to have for Granny, possibly.
Well, now that looks like a little hunk off, kind of ripped apart there, but looks kind of like a bit off a wild plantain. Um,
Yeah, I did just kind of find it and stick it in my bag. On our way out, we got a whole bunch of these growing out, a little yonder in the, um, from the house, and said a plantain.
yeah, plantain, I think.
Oh, nice. I've never actually seen these fresh. I know Granny has a little jar of them and uses them sometimes. So, I mean, always good to have fresh ones. Maybe that's why they're out there in the first place. She just didn't tell me about them. That does happen. But if not, hey,
What's your granny using for?
I mean, a little bit of this and that. And, we had some break-ins at one of the farms local. Someone I think trying to steal feed or something, and she's going through a lot of it then, and hopefully it helped. least some of the break-in stop, but people are darn determined sometimes.
Plantains help y'all out with burglaries?
Yeah.
All right, I see. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what I can make Cameron roll for to get that out of the way. I have something in mind later, but I'm gonna come back to pick on Ricky a little bit. So we're getting pretty close to the destination. You know generally where you're going. The Mrs. Hinnish, the landlady, lives just a little ways outside of Crooked Creek, one of those delightful little wide spots in the road. Now, I said it's about a couple hours drive to where you're going. It really is closer to an hour, but the further y'all have been driving on all these little curvy 2-lane roads, just the worse and the worse the weather is getting. It is the snow is coming down in big wet flakes. Your windshield wipers are just having a time. Uh, so I would like you to roll. Let me see. What would be a good thing for us to roll to see how your driving is? I think that's probably going to be a grit check. What do you
That's
think?
I'll agree with that. That's my 20. So
All right. Well, given the circumstances, let's see. I'm looking at my chart here. Success good for certain characters. You know what? This is probably the hardest one so far because you're driving on unmarked, curvy roads in the hills in snow. I'm gonna have it set at a 10.
well, I rolled an 18.
Oh shit! You're drifting. I need you to know you are deliberately drifting on some of these turns, which is it's perfectly fine because A, you can't see the lines in the road very well towards the end of this drive, and B, nobody else is out here anyway.
Hey, you know what? When you have to go when you go mudding in the farm truck, you learn how to get around them corners. Doesn't matter if there's a road there or not.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I just kind of assume that it's like a part of all Appalachian driving lessons to do like snow donuts in a parking lot somewhere.
Yeah, mine was in the
In a
Giant Eagle.
parking
Yeah.
lot? Hell no! Up on top of the
Literally how I
a
learned to
hill.
drive. Literally how I
We
learned to drive.
So
Yeah.
literally when I was a kid, we had with my dad's farm. There was an old Ford Bronco that they let us drive, and I was driving it when I was 10. Um, that there was a hunting lodge that was up on the hill, a little ways up, and those ruts in that dirt path were so bad that it's good that we were in the Bronco to be able to get up there because it was high enough to be able to get over those ruts. But yeah, that's where I learned.
Beauty. All right. So you, Ricky, you were all but drifting this car into Crooked Creek. Uh, you don't get much slack for it because as you're driving into town, there is nobody out. It's not quite starting to get dark yet. The sky's starting to look that kind of blue gray that you get at about 3:30 in the afternoon. um, but you're passing, little houses set back on the hill every couple hundred yards. You're passing a gas station with one pump. You're passing a church that probably is still operating, but doesn't look like it is. Um, and other than a couple of local shops, I mean, Crooked Creek really is barely anything. Now, this is your last stop before you go up to the cabin. Anybody need anything before you head up there?
So
I should. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
we're stopping at the gas station?
You can. It's one of them. I should have clarified. It's one of them backwoods gas stations that does definitely have a little grocery store inside. So
Okay.
you can get like stuff.
I know what I'm going to get.
Oh no, what are you gonna get?
Some tab.
Oh,
Oh yes.
yeah, get some tap. Hey, we should get some beef jerky too.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
See if they
Tab.
got any venison in there.
Oh yeah,
They
might
probably
have.
do.
That's the
All
best
right.
stuff
Plenty
right
other
there.
meats besides.
Oh, calling in from the truck. Yeah, he's like, everybody got a spare pair of socks? Don't want to get trench foot up there.
I got socks.
Were we prepared for snow?
I was prepared for snow.
You know
Like in the
what?
forecast.
Do we want to roll for it?
Sure. I'll
Sure.
roll.
All right. I'm gonna give everybody, and I'm looking at the sheets, and I told you before, you guys, if I ever tell you an attribute that I want you to roll for, you can absolutely argue with me as to why you think you should be allowed to roll a different one. But
Solid.
I'm going to have everybody here roll a grit check of 5 to determine whether you looked at the forecast and decided you needed to prep extra for this weekend.
Can I get any sort of bonus for having the prepared trait?
Let me see. What does the prepared trait do?
So mechanically, it just lets me potentially have like let me like retroactively say that I had something all along, basically.
Mm-hmm. And you have to spend 1 adversity point for
I have
that?
to spend an adversity token for it, yeah.
Okay. You do have everybody did start with 1 adversity token, so I will allow you to spend 1 adversity token to add a little bit of extra winter gear into your bag there.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me see if a little bit is on top of already extant or a little bit is on top of nothing. So
Yes.
5, you said?
5.
Okay, it's a 7.
Could I say that it's brains and more importantly, Cameron would have been checking the farmer's almanac and not the forecast.
That is perfectly logical. I'll let you roll brains on that. And actually, Ricky, since you are on the farm, I will leave brains as an option to you as well, because no doubt you do have an almanac.
I mean, sure, but nah.
Okay.
I'm doing great. All right, so just because I know I showed y'all earlier that the dice that I'm using, that if you get the max number, it looks really cool, right? Guess what I rolled?
Nice.
Sick.
So
Aw,
that was a nat 20.
lovely.
Nice.
Lovely. Y'all need to start giving us some donations so that I can start shooting down Mac real quick.
We're literally just rolling to see if we like brought extra socks. Like this is not even an important
Oh, Alex
roll
just
yet.
donated. Or I think
Oh,
Oh no.
I think I see the donate in the chat.
You want to use it immediately, switch.
Oh, Jesus.
JD, what are you
did a
doing
bad stuff.
redeeming bad
okay.
stuff?
Oh
Wait,
no.
what bad stuff?
JD.
He's doing it to get me. He's doing it to get me back because I
What
did
is
it.
bad
To him.
stuff? I'm sorry, I'm new to the stream. Is it what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Bad
Let's just
stuff
say,
is
makes it harder for the players.
How
The
bad is
storyteller
it?
will decide what that looks like. But no matter what happens, oh, excellent. Okay, so
Abusing those channel points, JD, for shame.
how many do you have, JD? How many?
Well,
Oh,
it's
that was-
20,000 for bad stuff.
so hopefully not much more. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have our little shopping trip first, and then we'll see what happens.
You have how much?
Holy.
Well, JD texts.
I'm not
So
surprised.
JD doesn't spend
That's true.
the points.
That's fair.
All right, so JD, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna hold on to that. You will know it when you see it.
God damn it.
So everybody getting what they need from the store there? I mean, you're going inside. This is a little bitty building, wood floors, wood ceilings, wood walls. We got that. It's still got that lovely knotty pine.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
snazzy paneling.
That's the one. With the wooden shelves, they got price labels written on them in Sharpie and crossed out and edited every now and again. Or I guess it'd be felt tip pen. I don't remember if Sharpies were invented in the 80s. But they got the chips, they got the singular cooler where, yes, there is tab on the very bottom shelf under all the beer. And you got your bread, you got your peanut butter, you got all your non-perishable goodies. So yeah, have at it. There's exactly one other person in the store, and it is the attendant.
Question.
Yes.
I know we're in the 80s.
Yeah.
What year in the 80s are we in?
Good question. Is there a specific reason? I'm curious.
Because drinking age didn't come to 21 until 1984. You could drink it.
Yeah.
My cousin could have bought us alcohol if we're playing prior to 1984.
It's 82.
Nice.
This
All
is
right,
why
I
you
get a
guys
case
invited
of
Devin.
beer.
This is why y'all invited Devin.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
Devin is officially the coolest person.
Yeah.
Devin is like, this is the reason Devin is on the trip. I'm the only person like over 18 that
Yeah.
yeah.
You're the adult supervision, except what you're supervising is the beer money.
Yeah.
All bad things can be traced back to Reagan.
It's true.
Yeah. I will grab a couple cases of not shitty beer. And
Ooh.
Wow, that's generous.
no, it's because Devin's done the shitty beer thing, learned the lesson. These people will not go through the shitty beer thing. There is no natty light.
I'm assuming that we all complained at the truly extortionate donations you demanded for the
Yeah.
beer money fund.
Yeah.
On the basis that you were not going to get the cheap stuff.
No, yeah. And I'm also going to ask the attendant for the moonshine. Inevitably, they have hiding under the counter. And it's going to be the cherry flavored shit.
Oh, not the apple pie.
I was gonna say you couldn't get the apple
Oh, no,
pie
you're
or the
right. It would
strawberry?
be the apple pie shit. Yeah, it would have to be the apple pie shit.
Either that or just straight up white lightning.
I mean, if it's a classy enough joint for the apple pie, it might be like just like, you know, the maraschino cherry rot gut.
Yeah.
Have I? You know what? Again, we're getting first rolls out of the way. Cameron, do you want to test your luck for me right quick?
I mean, I can.
And this is arbitrary because more or less it's a luck roll. But what attribute about themselves is Cameron most reliant on, would you say? Kind of most proud of, for lack of a better word.
Definitely their brains, because they are always trying to rattle off 50,000 things a minute that they know.
All right, I'm going to have you give me a brains roll to determine the quality of y'all's weekend imbibements.
The question is this overall quality or what Cameron considers quality? Because Cameron doesn't know much about liquor because Danny doesn't keep it around. So anything I think with alcohol they consider is probably quality because it's over church wine.
You know what? DC 6 for something that Cameron thinks is passable or even great.
Roll high, Alice.
I mean, that's an 8. Look, they might have just like stuck some grape candy in it and
some Jolly
Honestly.
Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yes.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
I have had Jolly Rancher moonshine. It's fine.
Yep.
You ever had peach ring moonshine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ew, that sounds gross, but I don't like
It's
peach rings.
not.
Have you ever
It's actually
had
kinda
a
good.
sour gummy worm moonshine?
Yes.
Yeah, when
Not
you
gonna lie, the inflated gummy worms themselves are actually kind of not bad. The moonshine itself is awful.
Yeah.
yeah, all the citric acid. So, Devin, when you're asking about if more or less if there's any kind of shine around, the gentleman reaches back behind the counter under the shelves, and he pulls out 2 quart mason jars. One is
All right.
crystal clear, perfectly clear in a scary way, and the other one has these. It is kind of an odd orangey color and has all these little saturated, half melted peach ring gummies at the bottom of it.
We'll take them both.
All right. Then and he will gladly sell you those, ring you up at the little cash register, and as he's doing that, you know, the 30-something-year-old man who's missing a couple of teeth and hasn't shaved in about a week, who's working there, he's kind of looking y'all over, going, Y'all don't seem like you're from around here. Y'all get lost?
Going up to the Heinisch cabin to have a little hunting trip.
Oh yeah, she keeps it nice up there. Tell you what. Yeah, it'll be nice too now them deer hunters ain't coming around no more.
Why ain't they coming
What?
around?
I don't know exactly, but hear Miss Hennish tell it. Them campers, well, she got that campground up there too. And what she's telling from what they told her is that they was seeing some deer doing some right unnerving things out there in them woods. So
I mean, it's
starting to
rutting season.
oh no, not no rut. No, we understand that one. But no, I mean well, probably the worst I heard personally was a deer going round. Big old buck, they say, that nice 8-pointer. Uh, jaw hanging clean off. Walking around like nothing was wrong, just jaw hanging clean off. Hanging by a little thread of rawhide there.
Somebody missed their shot?
Yeah, hard to say, but
Maybe some of the deer getting enough salt. I mean, deer don't get enough salt, vitamin C. They start getting real strange. I mean, maybe somebody put some salt licks and some limes out there.
yeah.
What's that thing is it wasting disease? Was that what it's called?
Well, see, that's what I thought too, but I don't know. I ain't sure. They definitely had some strange behavior going on there. That when you see one bashing their head to a rock or something, you can be pretty sure that's probably the wasted. But other thing is that I don't know. Some people says the deer is following them on the trails. I don't I don't know.
Well,
Ricky
okay.
gives like a really like meaningful look to Cameron in like a fuck kind of way.
Well, is this like a not deer situation? Because I've dealt with that before. You just don't
It's
acknowledge them.
that's what it sounds like.
What?
Not deer. It's a
Yeah.
deer, but not.
But it ain't a deer.
It looks like a deer, tracks like a deer, ain't a deer.
I'm just gonna roll for the attendant right quick. Hang on.
Is that why you're not supposed to go hunting within a certain time period of like sun up and sundown?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, it's because you could miss and shoot somebody else or something else.
Well, that's the official reason, but
Well, he sort of puts his hands up and does. I don't know. I ain't speaking nothing into existence. That's just what I heard. I
all
reckon as
right.
long as y'all stay on the property, don't go down to the state game lands, it'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't think we were planning to go very far.
Not especially not if this here snow keeps up. Tell you that.
No.
All right. Well, and he kind of leans like he's looking out the window at your truck. Need somebody to come dig you out? You don't really need to. He's just sort of kidding you about. There's already snow starting to pile on the truck since y'all came inside.
I
Mhm.
think we'll be all right. Any
Yeah.
news on the on how much more we're supposed to get?
Well, I was listening to the radio a little bit ago before it cut out. Our radio tower here is lousy. But they saying it's supposed to go through pert near 2 in the morning, at least.
Mm.
Might still be going sun up, but they're
Oof.
saying should be done overnight.
Not too bad.
No, no.
Ricky, you
What
got
station is the local we were flipping through?
Oh, it's 81.7 a.m.
81.7. All right.
Yeah.
Ricky, you got any chains or sandbags or anything?
With that roll earlier, Ricky, you definitely have something in the truck.
Yeah, no, I got both.
Okay,
There's
good.
there's sandbags in the back, and I got and in the oh, Mac just forgot the damn word. What is the toolbox that's like the built-in?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
The
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thingy, the Medusa.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
cat box.
thingy.
The
Yeah.
the doohickey. He's got there. Yeah, there's some chains in the doohickey.
And
Yeah.
you get I saw a shovel in there too, so we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay safe. Watch out for deer. Tell Miss Hennish I says hey. Ray.
All right.
Tell her Ray says hey.
Ray says, "Hey, all right."
We'll do that. Thank you, Ray.
The attendant having just said all the stuff about the deer, Keith looking awkwardly at the venison jerky that he has just walked out with.
Oh, Keith, you don't gotta worry. If they'd actually caught a knot deer, you'd know about it. And they ain't gonna, turn it into jerky or anything like that. That shit would taste rancid.
Can you
Keith-
taste
Keith-
prawn disease?
Keith sort of sniffs it.
Well, prawn
Actually,
disease, you got to
did
worry about
we-
if you get the spinal fluid into the meat.
Did we know about prion disease in the 80s?
Yeah.
So you have to think mad cow disease hit in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
It wasn't totally blindsided then. So I think at the very least, they had a rough idea. Whether or not everybody knew exactly that it was a brain worm or whatever you want to call it.
1967 in Colorado.
Hell yeah, brother.
The one I pulled up. Oh yeah, chronic wasting disease first recognized in deer, and just the prawns themselves were discovered in 1982.
Okay, all right. Well,
Mhm.
so breaking scientific knowledge, prions. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wow, I pulled that year out of my head. I didn't know it was going to be topical.
There we go. Yeah, deformed proteins. We know about them now.
Yeah,
And
brother.
apparently now they're saying the meat, so long as you don't get the spinal fluid in it, is still safe to eat, but they don't recommend it.
Yeah, now I will emphasize, just in case you were concerned, that venison jerky has very much been packed in a home vacuum sealer. It is very obvious. So
Yeah.
that is some local shit.
Keith's still sort of like sniffing the package. Can you smell prions?
I think.
Look, I think if it's going to be a knot deer, do we not? That might not even taste like venison. It might taste like something funky.
I mean, ain't nobody gonna decide to cut one of them motherfuckers up if they did bring it down.
Exactly. Especially not to sell it. It's sent it off to one of
Devin.
those university labs or something.
Devin's gonna walk by and grab the jerky, open up, and take a bite as he's walking out the door with the moonshine.
You want a
Tastes
pickle
fine.
instead? Here, Keith, have a pickle instead.
There you go.
One of those jar pickles.
Yeah. Or if they want
Barrel
one of them, like,
pickles.
yeah, they had a barrel somewhere of the big old gas station pickles.
Cameron's like walking out with like a bag of them.
Yeah. They had plastic gloves there to wear when you pick your pickle out. You know nobody's using them.
No, everyone's just using like the giant fork.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. So we've got our goodies. Now the last stretch of the drive is definitely the hardest because as you can see on your map there, Ricky and Devin, right around where Crooked Creek Campground. Why did I write a tongue twister in my own game? Right before Crooked Creek Campground begins the elevation switchbacks on the way up to the cabin. So it is going to be, you would be driving 15 in there in good weather. So you just know it's going to be a gnarly way up.
Alice and us driving out the mountains this last weekend. Where it was
Look, I
foggy as
hate
fuck.
heights.
That
It
sounds
was
like
so
we're
fucking foggy.
driving so slow that you think it might be faster to walk.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And probably safer.
Probably.
Absolutely. All right. I'm gonna keep your drive check from earlier because that was a daggum good drive check. I'm not gonna jinx you yet. So y'all. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Y'all crawl your way up this mountain, up this hill, you might say. And after a couple of curves in the road, there's one just real sharp, absolutely disgusting bend that almost makes you take a full C curve going around it.
Oh, it's a kiss your ass.
That's the one, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're almost through the end of that bend, and you can see the start of the next one, you start to see some groups of tents on wooden frames, the canvas tents, that they're all laden down with snow. They're starting to bow in, and those are the edge of Crooked Creek campground. Of course, that's the, those are the preset tents for the newbies. You reckon that the actual tent area must be, further for the bring your own tent folks, the BYOTs. But you start to see a few more of these kind of prefab tents as you're driving, and then as the tree cover between you and the campground starts to fall away, you do see a log cabin, just the chintziest you could ever want, with some nice grayed out cedar roof shingles. And looking at your map, that would be the home of the campground owner and your landlady for this weekend, Mrs. Hinnish. And she's got the keys. You'll need to stop there right quick before you finish your drive.
I guess I'll tap Dawn because Dawn is a talker and will come with me because it's in my name, and
Yep.
go knock on her door.
Okay. So Miss Hannish? Miss Hinnish?
Hinnish.
All
Hinnish.
right.
2 eyes.
Honeyish.
Honey.
I'm not
All right,
correcting you.
Ma'am. I think ma'am.
Yeah, that is a safe bet. All right.
Yep.
All right. When y'all get out the truck, she does have a nice little bitty covered porch there out front of her cabin. There's a light in one window, so obviously you know she's home. So whoever wants to do the talking.
I'll knock.
Mm-hmm. Your knock is immediately responded by dog barking. Immediately.
Just a mere one dog.
I was gonna say, how many?
I'm about to say
Oh.
a big dog or a little yappy shit.
Or like a beagle.
Or multiple.
Big
Porque
dog.
no los,
Hunt-
porque no
hunt
los
dogs.
dos.
My dog started
Okay,
barking.
no.
Oops. And actually there is a little window in the front door there, and it's got the cute little curtains, cute little gingham curtains, and you just see the curtains get pushed aside by these big fucking paws that jump up and are pressing on it, and then there's this big wet dog muzzle that kind of snuffles its way through the curtains and is sniffing for you.
I'm so happy.
And you hear distantly from inside the house, you hear somebody holler about, "All right, Rex, get on down. That's all right. Get on down. We're expecting them." And about 30 seconds later, with periodic dog barking and snuffling, "All right, get on." And the door cracks open. Thank you to whoever said in chat, all that dry drool is holding up the window. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't forget the
Yeah.
stop. Yes. She opens the door, and Mrs. Hinnish is shorter than Dawn. She's a tiny little lady. She probably weighs 90 pounds soaking wet. She's wearing a very nice kind of conservative plaid blouse, long denim skirt, and got her hair tied up in the back with a nice hairpin and a big bun. Snowy white, beautiful. And she's beating this dog back with a broom, kind of sweeping him out so he don't run out the door. And and she says, all right, come in. Y'all likely to freeze to death in there. And she kind of waves y'all in. Don't mind Rex, he's friendly, he's just obnoxious.
Oh, he's
think-
such a cute boy.
Rex,
Devin's already knelt down to kind of try and keep him from running out the door.
Yeah.
And
you're not sure what kind of dog Rex is. He's big, he's slobbery, he's got some hound in him, but that is a Heinz 57 dog if you ever seen one.
yeah.
And she, without really asking any follow-up questions as to why you're here, Miss Hinnish sort of starts tottering back off to her kitchen. Says, I got the keys in here. Be just a minute.
We were instructed to tell you that a Ray said hello, by the way.
Oh, Ray. She didn't turn around. She just kind of gave you one of them little. And Chrissy, I'm gonna have you roll a little check for me right quick.
Alrighty.
It's I'm sorry, I have too many tabs open for my brain. Would you roll me just a brief brains check here?
I sure can.
Just a little 5.
I also put 20 in brains, so
Ooh.
All right, very very brainful group here.
that was a 19.
Yay. All right. This is just a silly little thing. But so her house is it's one of those kind of farmhouses that's very small, very open floor plan, more or less, because there's not enough room to put in dividing walls. And so her entryway, her dining room, and her kitchen are more or less completely unfettered. They flow into another. And you can see her kitchen table over there in the dining area. And spread out on it in a neat grid is an entire deck of playing cards. Cameron's nodding. Cameron knows.
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing solitaire?
What's that?
Are you playing solitaire?
Oh, you mean them. Oh, don't mind them. I'm running them cards tonight.
I beg pardon?
And she turns around from where she had the key stuck on the backside of her fridge. She has some hooks back there, and she comes tottering back. Running cards, dearie.
What?
You know them cards is smart. They'll tell you all kind of things.
Oh, what are they telling you? Anything interesting?
Oh well, they say there's a lot of plans going astray sometimes fairly soon. And she's kind of looking over her grid there again. Yeah, they're saying this winter's gonna be a wild one. Oh yes, gonna be right interesting coming up here. Somebody's somebody's gonna pass through here and maybe stay for a while, and somebody else is gonna stop by here and maybe never leave. Could be good, could be bad. You know, that's the thing though too about them cards is you gotta just let them tell you what they're ready to tell you. Sometimes they ain't ready to tell you everything.
Alrighty, well, you know, we are passing through, so maybe that's
Yeah.
that.
Well, and she sets the key in your hand, and regardless of whether you would like her to or not, she puts your hand in her hand, places the key in your hand, and kind of gives you a little pat. And she says, "Don't you worry. I'll be praying for you up there. Y'all gonna have a good time, and don't let them cards frighten you none. All right."
Dawn casts like the quickest side eye over at Devin. Immediate
Devin
cast.
is just staring at this woman.
All right, well, we appreciate that. Is there anything we should know about the cabin or the surrounding area?
Oh, well, let's see. Deer hunters don't really come around no more. Of course, if you spoke to Ray, I'm sure he done told you, because he don't take his muzzle loader out no more. So
A muzzle loader?
he shoots them old rifles. You know, he got quite a collection.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With chat saying, "I'm concerned that she's praying for us." Don't worry, she prays for everything. She's praying for your tulips next spring too.
Just based on the general description, I'm imagining a holiness woman. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair.
She prays
Like,
for
it's
everybody.
normal.
We're not special.
No, normal and
Mhm.
good and fine. Normal and good and fine.
I feel like in
Reminds
that
me of my
church, the
grandmother.
"I'll pray for you" is equal to "bless your heart."
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she's more or less like, haha, you're scared of the cards. I'll pray for you.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
All right. But yeah, they don't take so if you do decide to go walking about on the property, now the campground's right down the hill. So if you start going downhill, you know, you get lost, you start coming downhill, you'll hit the campground and you'll hit my yard here, all right? But you don't need
Alright.
to worry about none of them hunters. All right? They ain't going to be out around here.
All right.
Should we not be hunting?
I mean, I tell you, I hear all kind of stories, but I think the type of people that come out to this here campground don't always quite know what to make of nature. You know, sometimes they're folks driving through, and maybe they ain't never seen a deer before, maybe they ain't never seen a sick deer before. I think they're making a lot of mountains out of a lot of molehills. That's my
Gotcha.
personal thought.
Alright.
And Devin, I don't know what your situation is with Rex, but he's 100% like
Oh, I'm petting that dog.
he's
I'm gonna pet that dog.
go
he's
pet that
using the
dog.
corner of your shirt as a chew toy right now. He's just kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah. No, Devin's just letting it happen and scratching his ears.
Rex, Rex, you quit that now. And she's
Oh, he's
giving him
fine.
the. All right, these nice people got to get going, Rex. And she'll kind of start leading y'all back to the door.
Can I slip Rex some of the venison jerky?
Um, I don't know, can you?
Yeah, but what do I gotta roll for it?
You know what? This is kind of a sneaky endeavor. I'm gonna say that's a flight check.
That's a D20, bro.
Woo!
Yeah. Y'all are all kind of set this weekend.
I'm gonna use my duck in a Santa hat dice.
That's
Oh, I'm
done.
If I don't yeet it across my office. Hold on.
oopsies.
Sounds like you did.
Sounds like you did. Yeah.
I did. I don't know where it went.
Them cards did say there was gonna be chaos.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't like the
shit.
card. I don't like the way she
I
was reading them
yeeted.
cards.
You know?
Oh, has a 19 sound.
Hell yeah.
That the minute you get that plastic out, the dog fully recognizes it as what it is. And as soon as he can, he kind of takes his muzzle and swipes it across your hand. I mean, glomming you all up in the process. But
Mhm.
as he does, he
It just
swipes
gets
the
stuck in the
jerky and
cheek.
hides it in his
Yeah.
cheek. Yep, he's a good
Yeah.
dog.
I had a bloodhound, so
Yep,
I understand.
yep. And so
Oh,
he's all of a sudden
Oh
become a
no.
little quieter, and he's
yeah.
drooling a little more. But obviously, he's pulled off the perfect heist.
Yeah.
Did we lose somebody in my layout?
Yeah, I
We
was thinking,
left.
all right. Yeah, I was thinking we lost Alice.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
There we go.
we back.
hi.
Okay.
Sorry. We have Xfinity and Comcast hates me sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rude.
I hate everyone.
No problem. All right. Well, so what keys are achieved. Dogs have been pet, and I reckon y'all are ready to make the last gruesome leg of this little drive up to your weekend getaway.
Yep.
All right. So everybody piles back into the truck, gets into their assigned positions,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all got a little bit of time on the road before you get up to the cabin. If anybody wants to have a little bit of conversation.
Hey, Cameron.
Yep.
So, she had a bunch of cards on her table and said something about running cards. Are you familiar?
She gave us a good one or a bad one.
Well, she didn't quite say that she knew. She said it could be either way. Mentioned somebody passing through. I would assume that's us. We're passing through the area. And then she said that somebody might be coming to stay. Right, David? Was that how she phrased that?
Yeah, someone be passing through and stay, and somebody be passing through and never leave.
There we go. Yeah.
Man,
She
y'all,
said never leave.
Mm-hmm.
She
Mhm.
said
I mean,
never leave.
She did.
that could go either way. Did
man,
she say
y'all.
anything else is up here? 'Cause, you know, if there's deer and, you know, not deer, and they're seeing that, there's all the stuff they don't see as well.
Well, she called it hunters not recognizing sick deer and implied that they were just, weekend hunters. So,
Yeah, and she might also not want to be paying off,
and she might,
paying
yeah.
guests.
Man,
I
y'all,
got the feeling.
I think y'all making too big a deal out of this. Like, man, she's just lonely. You know, she thinks her solitaire game's talking to her.
Well, she got a dog for company.
Keith,
Keith,
I wouldn't be saying that too loud in front of certain ladies. They gonna
Yeah.
tan you if you do.
Yeah,
Keith,
if you
there's a
say so.
difference
This
between
is that
playing
this is that thing with
solitaire
the
and
plantains
reading.
again, isn't it? I mean, I tell you, like, I mean, I had cooked plantains up in had a Peruvian place up McKees Rock. That was pretty good, but
I swear, Keith, you are sounding more and more like a city boy every day.
Keith, I got a question. Is this a situation where you don't find it in Encyclopedia Britannica and therefore it ain't real?
I'm I'm just saying I've learned a
Ricky
lot
leans
of.
forward and like looks over at Devin and just goes,
Yeah, all right, fine, all right, sure, yeah, fuck me for not want to spend the rest of my life here. Anyway.
I just met you, Keith. I've been told I am rude and obnoxious, mostly by this one, and I point at my cousin.
I mean, also that's
Hi.
fine. I've been told I can be kind of conceited sometimes, so
All right, we'll be fine.
we'll be fine. We're fine.
All right.
If by conceited you mean a know-it-all, yeah, just a little bit. But Devin,
Friggin' plantains and playing
I'll be
cards.
nicer. I'll be nicer.
plantains and playing cards. I love that.
first
Yeah,
impression's the lasting one.
Cameron just reaches over and pats Keith on his arm. It's okay. I'm sure plenty of people don't believe. And, you know, sometimes these kind of trips make believers out of us all. And hopefully not in your case.
Hopefully not in any of our case.
Sorry, I'm laughing at chat.
No, I know. Chat's going off tonight.
I was laughing at what you said. It's perfect.
Oh. Yeah. Plantains and playing cards, the Appalachian D&D module. I play it. I'd run it.
Too.
All right. So,
Oh, man.
yeah, that's also true. I'd play it if it weren't D&D. You know what?
Yeah.
Pathfinder module.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, Pathfinder cleric whose holy symbol is a deck of
Symbols,
cards.
cards, yeah. Yeah. Same
All
brain
right.
switch.
Yeah. All right. So the switchback only gets more gruesome after you pass the campground. You know, after you come out of that second bullshit C turn, it starts to incline. You're real glad you took the time to bring those snow chains, Ricky, because you are very much needing them as you crawl up this. You get to one of those stupid hairpin turns where they got the little sign that it gives the regular speed limit and then tells you what you should be driving right now. You got the big fat yellow arrow sign in front of you. It just all the warning signs. Every warning sign you could have is there. And you go through 2 of those turns in rapid succession. But fortunately, it is not much longer as you're going through the second one. Actually, as you're going through the second one, Mr. Ricky, I'm sorry to pick on you, but you are the driver.
Yep,
Rookie
I
mistake.
knew what I signed up for.
Yeah. Give me another grit roll. I'm going to say an 8.
Oh no. That was a natural 1.
Oh,
Oh no.
Well,
Alright.
I
Oh,
guess
no.
I get me
So-
an
And here
Someone
I thought
donate,
we
we
were
need a
safe because it
reroll.
wasn't a Jeep.
What's that?
I said,
Someone
here
donate.
I,
We need a reroll. Let's go.
yeah.
So the good news is there isn't a Nat 1 mechanic in Kids on Bikes, but what there is
Fail.
if you
by
fail
1
by
to
a certain
5.
margin, it gets worse. So what? If the roll was 8 and you rolled a 1, so that's a failure by a margin of 7.
Oh god.
So Devin, you definitely told Ricky when to turn.
Yep.
Ricky turned the wheel. The truck was a little bit late on the memo. So
Ouch.
there is the driveway, by the way, is a gravel road that is like a 6-foot gap in between this patch of thicket and that patch of thicket, with everything covered in snow, and it is starting to get noticeably dark. So you catch that, you see the gap in the trees and just manage to turn in time, and the truck fishtails nasty.
Mhm.
And as it does, you hear it hit something. You're not sure what, but it does seem to be driving fine once you get out of that fishtailing problem. So
Did
Okay.
it feel like it hit something solid, like something that, like a rock, or like did it give a little?
it was definitely
Squishy.
something hard. It sounded like one of your tires went over something, but the other 3 didn't. But you could
Ricky,
hear a nice solid impact.
Ricky,
when
let
you're-
me get out and check the chain.
Yeah, I think that's probably best. I think we're gonna stop
Mhm.
right here in the middle. Ain't nobody coming up here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Get
Now,
my
are y'all
flashlight out.
Now, are y'all stopping up at the top of the drive, or are you going down to the house first?
I'm staying right, like I
Yeah, I
put
think we're
the
stopping right here.
e-brake on right where I am.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'll hop
And-
out.
All right, Devin, you're going to take a look.
Don't
Which
forget your
tire was it?
hazards.
Don't hit your hazards.
This truck
Safety
doesn't have
first.
hazards, Keith.
I mean, it might.
It's older than me.
If you want a hazard, you got to get out and like flash your flashlight while we wait.
Do you need me to do that? I can.
No, just let me get out and check the chain. It'll be fine.
Ain't nobody on this road but us. Ain't
Just-
nobody dumb enough to
Ricky,
be on
keep
this
your
road
window
but
rolled
us.
down so I can holler.
All right.
Which,
All
Ricky,
right.
I
which
just
tire
want you to
was it?
know, up until this, your driving has been very impressive.
Well, thank you. I had no control over that one. I don't know what that was.
All right. So, Devin, you get out the car and you're looking that Mako. Mako?
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah.
dog.
She's
Um,
scratching her face
Yeah.
and
She
now
doing so-
licking her toes.
She doing so good. So Devin, you get out the car and you're taking a look, and you can pretty much immediately see what that impact was once you find it. There is stuck in the tire a big fat bolt or something about yo big.
This fucking Jeepers Creepers switch?
I cannot tell you how much random crap I have run over on these back roads out here that just sticks in my tire.
I ran over a knife last year here, so that was fun.
Nah, nails in the tire. Nails
Yeah.
in the tire are fun too because they go completely flush
Yeah.
and then just quietly die on you. So at least you got a visible. I gave you a visible one.
That's true. So a bolt like yay big?
How about yo big?
About
I
that
would say
wide?
a bolt or something. It's some kind of
Yeah.
hardware.
Is it
that-
in the tire?
It's in there. You can see the head of it. You can't see the rest of it.
Shit. Ricky,
What is it?
you got a spare?
I should.
All right, let's limp on down to the cabin. We'll have to change this. There's a big ass bolt in it.
Shit.
What do we hit?
A bolt.
Didn't come off nothing?
I mean, there's
It's
probably
dark
this-
as fuck, Keith.
Well, Keith hops out. We got flashlights.
I am
Devin.
using my flashlight. I don't see anything.
Daddy's gonna be pissed.
Daddy
Why
don't need to know.
Why don't we just walk on down and deal with
No,
this whenever it's
no.
daylight?
It's like a half mile back. No, it is snowing.
We can't leave.
Donnie.
We can't leave the truck up here. It'll be
No.
all right to. It'll drive down. We just need to change it once
We
we
just
get
limp
down
it
there.
down.
Yeah. Now the good news is the driveway does have a slight downhill incline going to the
Yeah.
house, so it's not like you're having to fight too much to get it there.
Throw it in neutral, just roll it on down the hill. We probably ought to have a couple people out here watching the edge of the road though. I'll walk. I got my boots on. Who wants to come out?
Yeah, I'm already out.
All right.
Alright.
Out of curiosity, Game Master, sort of like sweeping my flashlight around, like sort of the tire tracks where we fishtailed, and kind of just like looking around the edge of the road and the surrounding woods. Anything interesting, strange, ominous? Anything I should be
Mm,
concerned about?
the
Brendan, are you telling me that your dumbass is looking into the trees?
At night.
At night.
Looking into the trees.
dusk. I'm sure that's fine.
It is
so-
Keith.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
that's fair.
You know
I know.
what?
I know who I'm playing.
Yeah.
Mr. Keith, pulling up your character sheet. Oh, what do I want to make you roll for this? I think this is probably going to be. I keep using it like a perception check, more or less, but I am going to have you give me a brains check.
Range check. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is pretty good for me.
And I'm not telling you what the.
Sure. And that is a 13.
Couple trash bags. Somebody been dumping out here.
It's not very
Mailbox here for
ecologically
some.
friendly of them.
Yeah, you know. Mailbox here for some fucking reason. Ain't got no numbers on it, but it sure is there. You don't particularly see anything else at this time except some. Well, they could be animal prints, but it also could just be lumps of snow that fell off of the trees. You know, they're kind of the round, irregular kind,
I feel like
and they
that
don't
could
really
be
have
doing
any.
a lot of work there.
And they don't really have any like noticeable paw or hoof shape at the bottom of them. They're just falling in a weirdly regular pattern, but probably nothing.
And I presume at some point Devin is calling after Keith, telling his ass to keep up, and
Yep.
yeah, and Keith will turn turn away from the completely innocent regular prince, and walk off to follow the rest of the group.
Yeah. All right. So with y'all finding the side of the road more or less with your feet, because again you've got gravel road that just kind of runs into grass at the margins of it, so y'all are really just kind of shuffling along to make sure you're staying on it. But y'all managed to navigate the car down to the yard of the cabin. The cabin, of course, is it looks a lot like Mrs. Hinnish's cabin. You know, it's a log cabin. It's got an old stone chimney, kind of got that old farmhouse look to it. Although the roof has been more recently replaced on this one, so that is nice. But obviously it is dark. And one interesting thing about it is, Cameron, you would notice this particularly, is that in several different places on the porch
Mm-hmm.
are what most people would probably see is just random little bits of junk hung up like at the Cracker Barrel. You recognize some of those charms. And, you know, some of them make sense. You know, there is the one for against break-ins that makes sense for a house that people aren't in all the time. There's also definitely a couple designed more specifically. Do you want to give me a brains check for that?
Will do.
I will make this one blind as well. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's a 3, so I don't think it is dark. And I
Well,
doubt there's no
yeah.
floodlight.
Well, even if there was,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be turned on before y'all get there. So, you're pretty sure you've seen it somewhere, but it ain't coming to mind right now. It's probably fine. Probably fine.
This is fine.
It's fine. But let's see. I guess Dawn or Devin, who has the keys?
I do. Oh, I just
Alright.
remember her. You were petting the dog.
You
and
were
then-
right.
She did hand them to Dawn.
Yeah, very, very
As
deliberately.
I fully forgot what happened 5 minutes ago. So,
Relatable.
Yeah.
All right. So Dawn, there is a rickety ass screen door with the screen half busted out that you open up. Beyond that is the lock, or is the door rather. Unlock that. You can go ahead and lead us in.
Amazing. All right. This is interesting.
And it is. Again, it's another one of these old farmhouse type things. The fixtures that you can see are definitely a little old. They're pretty good. But it's a lot of that early 70s heavy brass crap, and like the faux rustic log furniture. There is a TV. It's got wood paneling on it.
Mhm.
It's one of them consoles.
Yep. The fridge.
I mean, that makes sense. That's
yeah,
accurate for that.
yeah.
Mhm.
The fridge looks like you would need two other people to move it by yourself. No dishwasher, little bitty sink in there. And as best as you can see, it looks like the bathroom is probably upstairs.
Okay.
But
There
Devin,
is a bathroom.
I was going to
which
say,
is
Devin,
a plus.
are you sure that there's a bathroom? Did you make sure when you rented this place?
Did we verify this?
Did I verify there was a bathroom and not an outhouse?
I'm going to say, Devin, you specifically were. I think, Devin, you're probably paranoid enough that
Yeah.
you were thinking about that if you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and had to
Yeah.
potentially walk outside to and from an outhouse. I think you made sure there was an indoor bathroom.
Yeah, it's one. We're gonna share.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Dawn.
Better in an
Oh.
outhouse.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. How many rooms is this again? Who's bunking with who?
I guess.
So
Yeah,
Two
just
bedrooms
fucking
and
grip it,
sofa.
rip it, baby.
Yep.
And a
Slop
camp
that
bed.
down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude.
There is
Crack
enough
one for the
room
big
to lay
boy.
down sleeping bags on the living room floor. Well, one in the living room, one in the kitchen, probably. But
Alex
Thank
donating
you so
money,
much
so
for the donation.
Thanks, Alex.
giving Switch more ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to give that reroll to the players or to me?
Alex.
You can pick. Yes.
Oh,
Thank
fuck.
you, Alex. I love you.
Alex.
Oh,
Why
man.
is my
Alright.
currency pounds?
It always defaults to pounds.
Yeah, it's
I don't know
Okay.
why.
map is it's based in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was very confused. I was like, did I have something?
No.
By the way, Ricky, do you want to check that? Do you want to put that spare on before the snow gets too piled up and it gets too dark outside?
Yeah, I think better to do it sooner rather than later.
All
I
right.
hope.
All right, sounds good. So as y'all are going back there, I'm assuming the jack is in the back of the, is in the bed of the truck, all that good stuff.
It's in the toolbox, yeah.
Yeah. Is the spare underneath of, or is it in the truck bed? Underneath.
I'm trying to think of I would think it's probably underneath. It's probably like at the very back, like right near the tow hitch.
Yep. I know the type. So you gotta like let it down and all that. All right. That's the first thing you do. You start doing just to make sure that you want to check the spare. And it's a good thing you did because dadgum the spare ain't noticeably flat.
Shit.
Look.
I told you I wouldn't forget you, JD.
Yeah, just
had
we gotta
fun.
have a fix
rip
a flat
it,
somewhere.
rip it, baby. Slop that
I
down,
might
dude.
fix a
Yeah,
flat
dude.
exists.
Crack one for the big
All
boy.
right, thank you guys.
No.
Y'all.
Yeah, just
had
Please
fun.
tell us
rip
one of those
it,
is
rip
for
it,
us,
baby.
y'all. Please.
Yes.
Slop that
Please tell
down,
us.
dude.
You
Yeah,
know
dude.
what?
Crack one for the
That's
big
what I get to
boy.
reroll to Max specifically. Interesting. Is that something that you want to use now, or do you want to keep it in your back pocket? I'm not changing the spare situation, but
Well, I mean, yeah. Last thing I rolled was for fishtailing, so I don't know.
that's true. That's true. All
Let's
right,
just
then.
retcon all that.
Yeah, like just.
Nah,
Ooh,
y'all.
ooh. Potentially, can I roll to see if I brought a little like air pump where we can
gonna
maybe
say,
pump up
I
the
have-
flat?
Oh,
I have treasure hunter.
Yeah.
And I do have prepared.
For useful items.
Oh, and I did succeed on my roll earlier for bringing extra equipment.
you know what? I have been forgetting too, and I do apologize. Every time you fail a roll, you do gain an adversity token.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got 2.
Okay, you've got 2 adversity tokens, and you said you had the treasure hunter,
Yep.
which let me just review that one. Spend 1 adversity token to find a useful item in your surroundings.
Is there one in the cabin?
To say, is there like a tire that's like leaning up against the side of the like by a shed or something?
Little donut.
Little
Yeah.
You know what?
Or a tractor tire we can repurpose because it's about the same size.
Well, I'll say this. I don't know about your area of Appalachia, you guys, but I know in my area, people definitely dump tires.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, what you do find, as you're kind of rummaging around, there is a shed, and in the shed there is an air pump.
Hmm?
You don't have an extra tire, but you do have an air pump.
All
right.
We'll see if this will hold air, and if not, we'll see if we can't patch it.
Yeah.
We might
All
be out
right.
here for a little bit.
Yep.
If I brought extra gloves, we'll be fine.
Yep.
I got mine too.
So Devin and Ricky are outside, fussing with that. People inside, what are you doing? Y'all settling in? Y'all getting the goodies out? What's the plan?
Dawn
Looks like-
immediately went looking for the best bedroom to claim.
Dawn has the right idea. So what you've got, one of the bedrooms upstairs has a queen bed. For a minute I got stuck thinking it was a full bed. No, it's a queen. The other room has bunk beds that are built out of 2x4.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna claim that queen.
Yep.
Yep, sure am.
And
I might be persuaded to like share the second half of the bed, but I'm taking it.
no, that's also the only bedroom with a dresser in it. The other one just has like a table and a small shelf unit.
Amazing.
So you did good on that one. How's Cameron and Keith?
Is this a like gas situation or a wood burn situation?
Good question. It is a wood stove. There is some wood that you saw piled up on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got that to start with.
Now if it's a wood burn situation, we gotta start now to get that going. So wood stove is. Did you say there was a fireplace or not?
So the wood stove has kind of been
in place of the fireplace?
Badly retrofitted into the existing fireplace. Yes.
Okay.
There's like just so much concrete like smeared around or cement, trying to cover the gaps. But yeah, it's definitely a DIY.
Yeah, no, we're getting that wood stove heat it up as quick as possible, especially if we got guys outside. We're going to need to get some heat and probably some water on it.
Yep. Now, did anybody happen to bring a lighter? I'm just looking through.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, good. So, and I don't doubt that beside the wood stove is a nice little pile of newspapers and sticks and stuff to get you started. So you should have everything you need there.
I was gonna say, as a Boy Scout, thereby certified pyromaniac. I think Keith is definitely all about starting that fire.
Did Keith
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
like the little toilet paper roll stuff with dryer lint and everything?
Oh no
Yeah.
no! He's got too much pride for that. No,
There's got to be some kindling there.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
He has to use he'll use like newspaper and stuff, but he doesn't use like the actual like kindling kits or anything. This is a whole thing in the Boy Scouts. Like you had to be very very good at building very very large fires, but you absolutely could not use any sort of like pre-made like kindling pack or God forbid any accelerant. God
Yeah,
forbid.
point of pride.
No, absolutely not. No.
We always brought a starter log in Girl Scouts.
You were smart. You were intelligent.
I'm gonna be real. My dad was a troop leader for my Girl Scout troop for a while because none of the moms wanted to join, and he was the one that taught us the glories of kerosene.
Mhm,
But he was an Eagle Scout back in the day, so
mhm.
I feel like once you have your Eagle Scout award, you're just allowed to break bad. I think that's the
Right.
rules.
Yeah.
They hand you a
Once you have
bottle.
nothing to prove anymore, right?
Yes, yeah, they hand you a bottle of lighter fluid along with the pin.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
All right, so it sounds like Keith and Cameron are getting the place heated up, and Dawn is nesting. Excellent pick. Folks outside. Let me.
Mm-hmm.
How much attention would you say you're paying to things that aren't the task at hand?
Ricky's not, because Ricky's
Ricky's
absorbed
smart.
in like no, Ricky is not smart. Ricky is trying to find ways to flirt with Devin, and he's not being very good at it.
You know what? Can you roll me a charm check real quick, Ricky?
Sure, I'm not good at
That
this.
You do
is.
have a reroll.
Oh no, I'm not
You
bad.
do
I'm not
have a
bad.
reroll.
Yeah, I got a 10 in that. So let's see.
All
I
right.
got a D4 in
10.
charm, so you're gonna roll higher than me on anything.
I'm going to use one of my adversity tokens to reroll that nat one.
Your heart. I love you.
Oh, I got an 8.
Hey, there you go. So my DC for that was a 9 because
fuck.
you're distracted.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So tell me how this goes. I want to see your technique here.
All right, let's see here. I think Ricky starts off with like just like trying to say, it was really really nice of you to help us out getting the cabin and getting all that beer. That was, you didn't have to do all that. That was awful kind of you.
I mean, Donnie asked, so
Well, yeah, still not every cousin going to be that nice to their younger cousin.
Dawn is basically my sister, though.
I see Dawn pretty often, with Belle. I don't think I've ever met you before.
Yeah, I kind of split my time between up here and down in Cookville and down in Tennessee. This is where my daddy is.
Oh, okay. It's nice down there. My aunt used to go down there around there on vacation every once in a while.
To Cookville.
Not Cookville specifically, but around that area. Mac has no idea what's there. So
A big giant cross on a hill looking over I-40, and that's about it.
Look, that can be a vacation for some women.
And you know what? A fucking cheating ass forensics team. Fuck you, speech and debate team at Cookville High. Anyway, I don't have unresolved issues from almost 20 years ago.
Oh, Ricky, no.
Anyway,
Yeah, no, I don't think he has anything else. Like, he just does not
All
know what
right.
the fuck to say.
Hey,
I do
hey,
think Devin just like claps him on the back and like,
Yep.
bends down and
Oh,
like starts
no.
taking the tire off.
hey,
Oh, yeah, brother.
yeah, hell yeah, brother. Hey, Devin.
Uh-huh.
Devin, do you hear something?
Do I need to roll to hear something, Switch?
I need you to roll me. I think we're gonna have you roll a grit check, please. Blind DC.
Speaking of rerolls, one of those donations earlier was actually me, and I'm just putting that in like the general pool for anyone on our
thank you.
side of the table to use.
Yeah, y'all.
Gotcha, gotcha. We love to see that.
Yes,
Say
please
that one more
clarify.
time on the roll. I was coughing, Switch, so I missed it.
Oh shit, I forgot that
Oh,
Alex gave me an
blind roll grit
a
check.
reroll.
What'd you do? You want to use that
We
reroll
got a
now?
reroll. We got one. If you want to use it.
But it's not break time yet. Why would I use it now?
It's fair.
Touche. All
If
right.
you hear something, no, you don't.
I'm also
That's
distracted
fair.
trying to figure out what the fuck Ricky wants from me.
A date.
All right.
Where is this
baffled
conversation
by
going,
this.
buddy?
I'm glad you pointed that out, Cameron, because I think normally, if Devin heard something out in the woods, I think normally he would be mindful enough to ignore it. I think he's a little frazzled right now, a little confuzzled. And so when he heard something out in the woods, he definitely looked.
Mm.
It's getting quite dark. Now, granted, it wasn't like you heard a voice or anything. It wasn't anything that alarming, but it was definitely a stepping around, a little bit of brush noise, you know? And you look back out into the trees
Mm-hmm.
and you see two flashes, two tiny little flashes reflecting back towards you for a second. Being a hunter,
Ah,
you'd recognize that
shit.
they're animal eyes of some kind.
Ricky.
Huh?
Let's go. Well, we can finish this in the morning.
Oh,
Don't
sure?
look. Just go inside. Come on.
Oh, okay. Ricky's
I
definitely
saw
just
an
like very
animal. We are not going
wide-eyed,
to
like looking
acknowledge
around.
the animal.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
And if you choose to look back, Devin, you'll notice that the animal has not, while you're sitting there talking and making noise, the animal has not budged.
Yeah, don't look back at that. I've seen it once. I don't need to see it again.
Excellent. Now, just for the record, did you happen to shine your light on the thing or no?
Yeah.
All right. So then, was it a quick flash or did you like point at it?
I rolled a 2.
That's true. Well, I'm asking. So you rolled the 2 for hearing something. I'm wondering what you did about it.
I think the flashlight came up.
Bad choices.
Quick
bad
sweep.
choices,
As soon
bad
as I saw
choices.
the reflective, I paused for a second and then quickly dropped it down.
All right. So you saw enough of it to see that it was definitely a deer shape. And it looked normal. It did look like a normal ass deer, except for the fact that both of its eyes were staring at you at the same time.
Yeah.
Wait,
A
it
little-
was looking.
Yeah, deer's eyes are here.
They're
but
here.
if they're
They
here,
sure are. Uh-huh. That's
Yeah.
predator, not prey.
Yeah. Yeah. So like literally haul Ricky up and just frog marching into the house.
It's got binocular vision. Let's go.
Nope, didn't like that.
Not
It
in the
had antlers and binocular vision. We don't fuck with that shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Just
All right.
don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't
Yep.
acknowledge it. Is not
My
there.
fucking gun's in the truck.
Yeah, stop and get the gun.
You know what, Ricky? Do you want to roll me a?
My bow is probably also in the truck.
You know what? Okay, both of y'all. Do you think this will be a grit roll or a flight roll to grab
Flight.
something to defend yourself before you go?
Like,
I would
I'ma
like
be
it to be a grit
fast.
roll, but I think it makes more sense for it to be flight.
All right, then I'm going to have. We're going to do a DC 10 flight check.
all right.
I can't. I have a
You
D4.
can't explode it, so
Well, that's true.
That's true. You can't explode it.
a few times.
Y'all.
Let's see what happens. Oh, I
I have a
forgot about that
D20 in
last
flight.
time.
I rolled an 11.
Getting your teeth.
I rolled a
Cool.
1.
Duck in a Santa hat.
Oh.
Rolled that 11.
Did you say
Do you have a
one?
reroll?
Ricky,
One.
you do have a reroll.
I do have a
Mac,
reroll.
you gotta stop with these fucking ones, bro.
I went from 20 to 1 and I've stayed there.
I knew I got the good rolls out early.
I did. I rolled a 3 that time.
Not a 1.
That's
Not
Alright.
a one.
better.
All right, we'll be breaking at 8 o'clock, and you can smoke cleanse your dice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Either that or I'm switching. This one might just go into jail.
Yeah,
Fair.
jail.
Straight to jail. All right, so with are you? I'm sorry, are you re-rolling the 1 or are you?
I did, and I got a 3
got a
on my
3.
D4.
Oh well, that ain't bad.
Hey, it takes this is probably my fault because I'm frog marching him, and I reach in and I grab my bow, and I don't know that I have time to grab the gun too, and we just
Yeah, Ricky,
Yeah.
toss those dice in the smoker on low. Correct. 8 to 10 hours until fork tender. Ricky, you are reaching back for the rack where your shotgun is, or your rifle, and it's just out of reach before Devin kind of sweeps you away. But as you're looking back through the window,
fuck.
you lock eyes with it
No.
for just a second, just a split second.
Fuck. Fuck. And that's just like he instantly is just like, and like keeps saying fuck as he's like hightailing it to the fucking house.
Yeah, I think at that point Devin fully like puts a hand on the back of his neck and is just like, time to go. Get in, slam the door, Dawn.
Yeah. What's going on?
We got problems.
I mean, you can have that bedroom. I just
Nope.
you know-
Nope. Everybody down here now. Lock the doors. Keith, is there a back door to lock the back door?
I'm on it.
Thank you.
what kind of
Is there
problems?
incidentally?
Good question. There's a kitchen door off to the
Yeah.
side. So yeah, you want to lock that.
All right, gonna go ahead and lock that. When I go to lock the door, do I see anything outside?
You want to roll for it? Roll a little,
I sure will. Because Keith's still a little on edge from the tracks earlier. So what do you want to roll? Brains again?
I'll say for you, yes, because you have a sense that something might be up, and you've seen visual evidence that something might be up. So I think this is investigatory. I think it's a brains check.
Yeah. Like I'm looking for clues to piece together. Yeah. Okay. 18.
18.
Okay.
All right. So from your angle, because you're kind of facing chat, stop. Y'all too good. Because you're kind of facing the side to back of the property, so you can't really see a daggum thing about where the truck is at. You're just kind of looking off down, into the hill, into the trees. You do notice that there are more tracks around the house. and these are mixed. They're all about the same size, but some have hoof prints in them, and some do not.
So I'm locking the door.
Yeah.
Cool. Locking the door. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of close the blinds there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right. How's everybody else feeling? Anything else fun we're doing at the moment?
Don't think I've let go of Ricky's neck.
I think Ricky is still just like fuck.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Cameron?
Are you all right? I told y'all to wait until morning to change that tire. I don't know why nobody ever listens to me.
Not
Well-
the problem, Dawn.
No,
Well, what's
not-
wrong?
The tire's not the problem.
No, Nope. not deer.
Yep,
Not deer.
that's not a deer.
And
That
we're
was
not
not
going
a
to talk
deer.
about it either, are we?
It had front face
It
and
looked-
eyes.
No, well, you didn't see anything, Devin.
Oh wait, now deer
But
don't.
Nothing is happening outside.
Deer
but
don't
we
wear
both
front
did.
facing
Inside?
eyes.
We are inside. We are
Wait.
not. Nothing is wrong.
Well, that wasn't
Cameron?
a deer then.
Cameron. It just like
Hey,
Nanny
Ricky, no,
described.
you did not see anything. We ain't seen anything.
Yep, nope. There, nothing.
Well, now hang on. 'Cause I saw some tracks
Keith,
up the way near where we.
Keith, for the love of our Lord, please do not say another word. It is clear your granny raised a looker and not a thinker.
That hit so hard. Oh my god.
Ain't nothing
Savage.
outside. And we ain't going to talk about it. We're going to wait for the morning. We're going to fix the tire, do what we're here for, and not talk about it.
I
Keith
couldn't grab
just
my-
wordlessly like pulls out a chair at the
gun.
table and just sits down. Like
The
You
chair's
know,
not
if
level.
grabs a bag of chips, just like angrily opens it.
Uh-huh.
If y'all were going to tell ghost stories and try and creep me out, you could have waited till after we started drinking. I'd be a little bit more
Donnie,
naive.
when have I
Speaking of-
ever told you a ghost story since that time you peed your pants when you were 8?
Speaking
Well-
of drinking.
Yeah, moonshine in the bag.
Yep.
Not the
Just
important
give
things out the
Ricky's
car
neck a
first.
squeeze and head straight for the moonshine.
God damn it. My
Y'all
my
really
damn
left the
gun's on
gun
the
and took
truck.
the moonshine.
No, I imagine in my
It was
head
scary, dude.
Yes.
all the important stuff probably got taken in by the other people, at least in my
Yes.
head.
Yes.
While we took care of that, and like there's no reason for me to grab the gun. Like the gun was fine where it was.
No, that's fair. I'm just thinking of the Godfather line.
Yeah.
It's
I've
instead of
never
leave the
seen
gun
it.
take it's leave the gun takes a cannoli, but instead of
Yeah.
cannoli, y'all got
Ah.
featuring moonshine. All right. So everything sounds like you guys are locked down. Sounds like you've got a little agreement going.
Mhm.
Anybody
Mhm.
been upstairs recently?
I mean, aren't the bedrooms upstairs?
Mm-hmm. I guess I mean since the doors have been locked, is anybody going upstairs?
Keith
have
is
to.
angrily eating chips. So
Okay, so Keith
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you noticed on my backpack that I mentioned that Dawn had brought a thermos with it's hot cocoa and I think brandy that she stole out of her parents' place.
queen.
And it's in her backpack, which is upstairs in the room.
So now that we're
So-
getting to
And now that we're getting to drinking, she probably would have went upstairs to get that.
Sure. All right. So Dawn's moseying upstairs to get her some goodies.
I'm on. I've had at least one shot already of that white
Yeah,
lightning.
we're just passing the jar back and forth.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Dom, while you're upstairs. Now, with the structure of this farmhouse, you know how they are, where there's like a little awning or something over the front door, stoop, porch area, or, you know, a little roof to the porch. And then the bedroom window is going to be like right above that.
Okay.
So you're digging out your thermos, getting your moonshine, and you hear something right outside your window. It almost sounds, and it's a stupid thing to say in December, of course, but it sounds like hooves on the roof.
Hate that.
Oh,
Hate that. Like, I know it was in the description for this game, but like,
Up on a housetop.
Yeah.
I just want it on the record that I hate that.
Now the curtains are closed right now, I will say, so you can't see what's out there at the moment.
don't you dare, Dawn.
You want to look?
Don't you?
Well, yeah. What if
You
somebody's
do?
trying to break in? What if that's what they saw?
who the hell's gonna be?
You don't know.
The old lady with the cards.
It's her house. She don't gotta break in.
She's up on the roof.
Well, no, because they wouldn't be able to break in because of the plantains.
It's true. It's true. I've seen them.
Well, maybe that's why they're on the roof. Maybe they can't break in that way. Maybe
I love you.
They bricked up the fucking chimney to put a stove in it.
Yeah. All right. So Dawn,
Dawn didn't really investigate that closely.
all right. So Dawn, I'm going to paint you a very specific picture before we cut to break.
All right.
All right. So, I'm presuming the lights are on in the room, you know, because you've, or you know, there's a lamp on. So you can see what's out there once you pull the curtain aside. And there's a couple things wrong. The first is that it is a deer. Its eyes look normal, as far as you can tell. It doesn't have hooves. Its legs go down, and the fur turns white, and then there's just bony stumps stomping around on the roof. And when it sees the curtain move, it takes a step towards the window.
Shit. Damn it.
Dawn?
If I hear that strangled like that, I fucking run upstairs.
Yeah, I'm running.
All right. And now, I was going to say, we talked about breaking at 8 o'clock. Do we want this conversation to run before we cut to break? We're going to leave it on the cliffhanger. Perfect.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect. All right, then we are going to take a few minutes, take a break, hydrate, do what we got to do, and come straight back into the mess.
Cool.
All
I'm
right,
looking
back.
for what is it, baby? Lock them doors and turn the. We got people eating deer outdoors.
All right, we'll be back in 10.
All right, we'll see y'all.
Yeah, it's good.
Indie stores that are near Dollywood, do you think? That
Yeah,
have, like, the penny candy jars?
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Hell, you can
I
get them
mean-
at a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, Chrissy, you
Yeah.
can get them at
Well,
Cracker
you can get
Barrel, and
these.
any gas station along I-40 is going to have them.
Mhm.
All right. I'll have to give them a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Cracker Barrel definitely has these, but the sticks, they're the best, man. And I haven't seen them in years.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm doing some Whorehounds tea.
I saw 'em-
recently.
Yeah.
That is decent. It's an interesting flavor profile. So it's kind of an interesting kind of like aperitif if you're in the mood for it. Also, generally good for
Sore throat.
moving things along, let's say.
Ah,
Mhm.
yes.
Yes.
I always
And sore
hesitate to call
throats.
a candy medicinal, but I think at that point, yes.
It's like ginger candy. You might enjoy it, but it's also good for you in
Yes.
certain ways.
All right. And on that note, speaking of things that actually I don't have a way to make this relevant. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Look, everyone downstairs is just discussing hard candy because we are not worried about anything else.
Yep.
That's it. Y'all are having your nice little whorehound stick discussion while poor Dawn up there is looking some horrors up on the housetop.
That's what we're calling them. Okay.
Yeah, so I think right last we left off, Dawn was yelling for Devin and putting everybody on high alert.
Up on the house top, dull bone stumps.
No,
That's
stop.
that's
Brennan.
Christmas joke number 1 in this stream, by the way. There's a second one. I don't think they'll find it, but there is a second one.
Bumps.
Horrors and whorehounds. I love
Yeah,
it.
at the call of my name, I am hustling up the stairs.
Yeah, I am too.
There's
Did your
something
dumb
outside.
ass look out the goddamn window?
I heard something on the roof. What would you have done?
Not
look
look
out the
out
window.
the window.
What if somebody
love
was
that was
trying
the
to break
music.
in?
On the second floor, Donnie?
Well, yeah. They know
Donnie.
we're downstairs. They want to surprise us.
I'm just going to hug my cousin.
Yeah.
You've never had anybody climb in your bedroom window before? Don't lie to me. I know you have.
Look,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
no, you don't get to talk
That
about
that ain't this. That ain't this.
Because he came in your window first before he found mine.
Oh, listen.
I don't. You know what? Never mind. I don't.
I'm just gonna spill my tea right now. That was
Okay. Well, unfortunately for both of us, that's not a person.
No, ain't.
It no. It's what we don't. We're not talking about. There ain't nothing there, Dawn.
Was it Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen?
What's the one that don't have feet?
It don't.
Ugh.
Oh God.
Wait, that's not what we saw. That's not what we saw.
No, but I think that
more
is
than one.
No, but I think that is what I saw. Those tracks, they were tracks that didn't have paw prints or nothing in them. It was just like little
Did it?
stilts or something.
Yeah.
Jesus
yeah.
Oh,
Christ. God save us.
oh man, we got so we got some like sick deer around. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep. Real sick.
All right. Well.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, we just gotta, lock up our food. Keep it away from the raccoons and the.
We
sick
are the
deer and,
food.
what? Deer ain't gonna get sick enough. It's gonna eat a person.
Have you never? Okay, I can tell you never went hunting in scouting days. Deer will eat meat.
No, they'll eat meat, but they ain't gonna eat like a live person. They'll eat carrion. They'll eat things that's already dead. Right? They're not gonna come busting in here with a fork and knife and a little bib.
How did it get on the roof?
I don't
Nope,
want to know.
not a question. I don't.
I don't. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Don't want to know.
So
Toga, what you doing, baby?
Cameron, you good?
Again, why don't we just try not to talk about things where things
Cameron.
can hear us?
Cameron, I don't think we have that choice any longer.
Yes, we do.
There's one on
There
the
ain't nothing
roof.
inside this cabin. And if there ain't nothing inside this cabin, we can ignore everything outside and we don't mention it. And we get through to the morning and my granny don't kill me from the afterlife.
Did
Speaking-
Nanny ever do you have any
Supplies?
Yeah.
Your nanny seems knowledgeable. You got supplies?
To deal with that kind of shit? No.
How much more plantain you got in that bag?
but you make charms and shit? I mean, clearly the ones outside ain't doing nothing.
Well, they're not.
They're
in
not
the
inside
house.
here, are they, Ricky?
Fair.
And it is not like I carry a darn apothecary around it in my bag, let alone in the suitcase.
Uh-huh.
I'm
And it's
actually kind
not
of surprised you don't.
You were talking about
yes.
plants a lot, Cameron. You're like, pardon us for assuming.
That with how much shit there is in this world to carry and be prepared to deal with everything will be a lot more than tossing a few plants in my bag. Not to mention, if we just ignore it, it'll be fine. We don't talk about stuff. We don't see stuff. We stay safe in the cabin.
Now,
And
I don't necessarily truck with all that, root work,
Oh,
that,
we know.
some folks is into. But I do think Cameron's got a point. It's okay. So we got some sick deer. Now, obviously, we don't want to mess with that.
Nope.
But right now they're outside. And if it's just some
Mhm.
sick deer, then
How
then
about
we
we
don't
stop
need
talking about them, though?
please,
Uh-huh. Okay.
ain't nothing
Okay.
outside we need to worry about in here.
All right. All right. Wait, hold on. Boy Scout has a point. We just is there salt in the kitchen? We can salt the doors, salt the windows.
I think that might make things worse because they're probably real low on sodium. That's probably that's
Jesus,
probably
Keith.
gonna attract them more. It's gonna keep
Jesus
them away. I'm gonna be
Christ.
honest with you.
Keith, I am about to shove one of these plants into your mouth so you can just stop talking because it ain't helping anyone right now.
Ricky goes and
That's
gets
little
another, takes another swig
Yeah. Yeah.
and just hands it to Cameron.
And I think they probably think it's water.
Oh.
And they just take a big sip and what the hell, Ricky?
I thought you could use some fucking calming down. Given.
Oh.
He takes it back.
All right. All right.
So
All
we're
right.
just supposed to stay in here.
Yep.
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 Till daylight.
Now
We're planning
Devin,
on doing anyways.
Yep.
All right, so let's turn this sucker up.
I'm going to turn lights on.
Yep.
All of them.
All of them.
Now, Devin,
I'm gonna get some salt.
Yep, I was just going to ask.
You do that. I'll work on the lights. You get the salt. There's got to be a.
I would say as they had to have brought some a good sized bag of rock salt, even if it was just for the roads.
Yeah. Well, I know that Ricky rolled very well on winter kind of preparedness earlier. Would you say that a thing of rock salt was in your preparations?
I would think, yeah, because sometimes you got to put it under tires so you can. There's probably
Yeah.
kitty litter in there too for the same.
But is it outside in the
But
truck?
is it
It's
outside
probably
in the
the
truck?
truck though. It's
Yeah.
probably
In the
there's no
truck.
reason why he would. Yeah, no, I imagine that he had plans to have it by the door, on the porch like you do, but I don't think that got there yet.
Yeah. Now, and then Devin, you were searching around the house for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want that Morton's canister with the little girl with the umbrella. Let's go.
Yep. So I'm actually gonna have you. Let's see what I want to make you roll for this. In these crappy kitchen cabinets out here. Let's make this a brains check. Because again, investigatory. I'm sure that's not a word. It's a word.
No,
It is.
investigatory is a word.
It is.
Also, I'm really pulling for the name brand Morton's just because totally unrelatedly in a different game that I was in, we determined that Morton salt is for various strange historical and geological reasons ideal for warding off monsters. For the purpose of mystical salt use, Morton salt is actually exceptionally good.
Did you explode that dice, Cass?
I exploded that fucking dice.
Yeah.
Again. Roll that again.
And a 4. So 16.
That is a
I mean,
16.
16 on
Holy
a 12.
Yeah. Let me take a look at my chart here. There we go. All right. So let's see. Character succeeds quite impressively at that. All right. So you start looking in cabinets closest to the kitchen door first, and then kind of going your way down towards the sink. And sure enough, in the top cabinet, stupid high up cabinet there,
Mhm.
you're able to reach up and find there's like 3 or 4 boxes of Morton's coarse salt,
Yes.
and also a thing of pink curing salt for some reason, but
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
unrelated.
That's awesome.
Uh, so you do have those at your disposal.
I just hand boxes to Dawn and we split up and like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Did you ever tell me why are we doing this? I don't
I need you to
understand.
put little salt line in front of every window and every door.
I mean, okay,
Make
but what?
keep
Thick
things
enough,
out,
thick,
Dawn.
thick enough that an ant would have to crawl up and over it. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
No breaks.
Okay, I won't take any.
Look. No, Donnie, no breaks in the lines.
Oh,
You
all
remember?
right.
You remember that summer that you said I went a little weird and like was reading the weird books.
All of
I
them.
was. Thanks. I was weird reading on weird shit, like, and weird shit doesn't like salt lines.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll put salt lines down then.
All right.
If they're looking for salt, I'd want to look for iron nails.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have an idea where you would find iron nails in a hunting cabin?
Literally any drawer, especially if there is a toolbox.
That's fair.
And
So fair.
Every drawer is a junk drawer.
yes.
I'm gonna have you. Oh, that's fascinating. There in the chat about Morton salt being geologically similar to salt from the Dead Sea. That's wicked.
Yeah.
But all right, so you're gonna start looking. I'm gonna have you do a brains check as well. And what DC do I want for this? Hang on. I don't think this is a pressure decision. It's not a snap decision. So you could just take 10. You could take your average on your D20. Or I'm sorry, I'm looking at Dawn's sheet. Cameron's.
No, I have a
No,
20
you also have a
in.
D20.
Yeah.
Okay, you could take 10 if you wanted to, and not risk the roll.
So you said it was 10 though for a check?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna risk that right now.
All right. So, as happens in places that aren't consistently occupied, the drawers in this house are goofy. There's one that has like mismatched silverware in no kind of tray or anything, just hanging out. And then the rest of them appear to be junk drawers. So you're going down and you're shuffling through all the dead batteries and dried up gum bands and clothespins and all that goofiness, takeout napkins, until you finally find 5 or 6, granted, bent up, a little bit rusty, iron nails.
That's fine. They're basically every window on the bottom floor, at least that they can manage. They're just going to shove one of these in between, like the pane where they separate to pull up.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect, because I believe there's 4 windows. Window in the front door, window in the kitchen door.
Mhm.
You have exactly enough to do the first floor. Nothing for the second, but enough for the first.
If we can keep this first floor, that's what we need to do right now.
Yeah. By the way, are you guys putting salt on the upstairs windows also?
Well, I was doing the lights, but I imagine I probably finished that and then probably go get another thing of salt.
Yeah, I feel like I'm handing boxes of salt to whoever's accepting them. So
All right. So I'm sorry, Ricky. Are you going to be the one upstairs next?
Yeah.
All right. So when you go up, you're going through. The bathroom doesn't have a window. It's like literally a water closet. That's fine. First bedroom with the bunk beds. Get that one laid out. As you are in the room with the bunk beds, you can hear distantly, like a scraping sound. It sounds relatively close, but it's not directly out this window. If you go into the queen bedroom,
Do I hear it from the hallway? Like if I go like right in front of the door to that one, like if I like listen before I go into the room.
I'm gonna have you blind roll for this.
Cool.
And I think since this is this seems to be like a survival instinct thing, I'm gonna have it be a flight check.
Oh, that sucks. I can't think of a way to justify that being something else either. Well, hey, I'm gonna explode because I got a 4 on my D4.
All right, go ahead and roll again. We'll add those up.
Got a total of 5.
You know what? And JD also handed you a good stuff. So if you would like, I will let you go ahead and tell me what happens. Do you hear it?
I think he does. I think he very specifically like when he heard when he was in the other room and like kind of was like, that's not right here, but like let me just and like in the hallway and then kind of hears it again and just goes, and puts salt at the door to the bedroom.
Yeah. And to be more specific, what you hear is something very hard scratching against the window.
I don't like that.
It may be a couple somethings. It occurs to you that it might be antlers. Maybe. Hard to say.
Really close tree, Ricky.
Say there is there a tree there?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not that close to the house there ain't.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, just very thick salt line, very thick.
Right over the bedroom, right over Dawn's bedroom that she camped out. So
yeah, no, like in that whole door jam is just covered in salt, like the whole thing.
Excellent. Oh, all Dawn's shit is in there too. Oh no. Excellent. All right. And then are you coming down and regrouping?
Yeah, I think very pointedly when Ricky comes down, he's white as a ghost, and is like, there must be a tree real close to the window where Dawn's stuff is, because there's some scratching on that window.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to sleep in. So maybe we all bunk down here.
I think that's a beautiful idea.
Maybe make sure that there's some salt around the stove with how loose some of those bricks look.
Yeah.
There's salt in the doorway up there too.
Switchy, is this one of those cabins where there's a doorway to the stairs?
Like a door that closes off the stairs?
Yeah.
It looks like there used to be one. The hinges are still there. Not one there right now.
Darn 70s remodel.
Nope. 100%.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Ricky's bottle. I'm gonna take Ricky's box of salt and just put a line and around the stairway too.
All right.
Yep. Bunk it down here tonight, y'all.
We salted everywhere. We good.
My flashlight's upstairs. All of my stuff's upstairs.
Well,
And it'll still be upstairs in the morning.
when it's daylight.
And there's not shit outside. Hopefully.
That would keep you awake like trees.
Mm-hmm. It'll be like sleepovers when we were little, Dawn. It'll be fun. We'll just bunk down here.
We got lights. We got plenty of lights. We don't need to worry about your flashlight. I got a flashlight. I'm pretty sure.
I got one.
Yep. We got plenty.
I brought a spare.
Yeah.
But
I'm
we
sure
got all
there's
the
a
lights
little
on.
lantern in one of these cabinets. I'll be fine.
We got lights.
Maybe we should make sure that fire's good and hot.
Yeah.
Big flames.
Now, the wood is out on the porch.
Please, no one is going out on any porch in the middle of the night, no matter if it is fine or not.
Inside.
Oh, but it's gonna be cold.
Exactly. We would have brought the wood in so no one has to go out in the middle of the night, regardless of what is out there.
When our Boy Scout was making the fire, I fucking guarantee he brought extra wood in. There's no way he didn't.
So definitely brought wood inside while I was doing it. But I think the question is, I do not know if Keith would have brought enough for like just literally the entire night. Like if there's a question, there's a difference between keeping enough to keep the fire going for a while without having to go outside versus enough wood to keep the fire hot and burning for literally the entire night.
The question is, Cameron, do you think that you filled in for that oversight?
Would there have been enough wood outside of the door for the night is the question. Because I think knowing how cold it is supposed to be, and I don't think anyone would want to go out in the middle of the night if this is our primary heat source. Cameron would have assisted, at the very least, bringing in all of the wood that was like stacked outside.
Okay. There's a pretty sizable wood pile outside, covered with the tarp, all that good stuff. I would say you had time to make a few good trips in, Cameron, to get extra logs. So they're kind of stacked up by the door. At the very least, unless something weird and catastrophic happens, y'all should have just enough to stay warm until sunup.
What?
I don't like
shit like that.
I don't like the way you said that, Switch.
That's the qualifier we did not need.
That we're putting on this.
Like,
fine. It's normal and kind of fine.
Look, this entire cabin's made of wood.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll
Hey,
see.
they already took down one door. We can take down more.
We can start tearing apart the TV if we
I'm
absolutely
about to
have
say, no. I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure the wood furniture was described as logs.
It's true.
Yes.
Y'all are just gonna that story about the production of The Evil Dead, where
Yes. Yeah.
y'all are gonna Evil Dead this cabin and just be burning all the furniture in the house.
Yeah.
Look, here's the
Alright.
thing. These are all Appalachian folk.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they got the wood furniture as a backup.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a plan. We got our wood. We got everybody. Now, is everybody kind of piling up together in the living room, or what's the vibe?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think Dawn's the only one that staked out a room, so I feel like everyone's stuff is still downstairs.
Yeah, poor Dawn.
Well, you fuck around and you find out.
I'm
Someone
just
clip that. That tone of voice, Chrissy.
That was beautiful.
I mean,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
man.
very curious about whether/when Dawn goes up to try and get her stuff. Anybody like staying up, keeping watch? Like, how concerned are we about this part?
So I think Devin is probably going to push his sleeping bag to Dawn and then post up on the couch because he grabbed his bow and he's just gonna have it ready.
True.
Oh, yeah.
I love the idea of shooting something in the kitchen from the living room with a goddamn compound bow. That's beautiful.
It's gonna go through it. Just
Yeah.
think Donald roll out the sleeping bag as close as she can possibly get it to the couch, so
Yeah.
that way she has like something like against, like she's only got to protect one side
Oh,
at this
cover
point.
it.
Well, are you leaning against Devin's leg? Like, are you using Devin like as a
I
pillow?
thought you were laying down, but yes, if you're laying
No,
there,
I'm sitting up. I'm
okay,
sitting up.
I will in fact be like constantly touching you to make sure you're there for
Yeah,
reassurance.
yeah.
All right, and then Ricky and Cameron and them, are y'all just settling in, getting some rest?
I think Ricky very specifically is like, after a while, wake me up, all right?
Yeah, sure, I got you.
Yeah. I'll
Maybe
wake
we take
somebody up.
shifts.
Y'all are gonna be able to sleep?
Gonna try.
Not well.
We'll be fine. After all, there's nothing we need to worry about. So we're all going to sleep, just to make sure we're going to sleep in shifts to make sure nothing catches on fire.
Mhm.
Old stoves like this, and maybe we don't get to sleep right away. It'll be fine.
Keith obviously has a very very solid, he brought like a pad for underneath the sleeping bag. It's a very good rated sleeping bag. And just sets all that stuff. It does not lay down in it, but sort of stakes out his territory and kind of sits down on it with the jar of peach ring moonshine. Just all right. Fucking plantains and playing cards. Just wanted to come up here and get drunk. I swear to God.
Speaking of plantains and stuff, you said there was plenty of salt and everything you said in the kitchen, right?
Right.
So
Yeah,
I think if Cameron knows that it's kind of well stocked like that, they're going to go and try and see kind of, even if it's just like seasonings, to figure out kind of what the kitchen has stocked.
Mhm.
And
All
There's
right.
some
they're
rosemary
gonna
and some sage. And
they even if it's ground, what they do if it was ground is find some oil or something and start coating string. I think Cameron would just carry around string normally
yeah, that
and
makes
start almost busy work with their fingers, start braiding it and knotting it and
Mhm.
dipping it in oil and rosemary and bay and just start making just long strands of the stuff that's
Mhm.
the pesto string.
Yeah.
That's so strange. All right,
Yeah.
so now we can do this a couple ways. You
Mhm.
can roll to search for this stuff. I do want to point out you have the intuitive feat that if you spend an adversity token, you can ask me something about the environment, whatever, and I have to honestly tell you whatever it is you want to know.
Hold on to those though
Okay.
for that later because
Okay.
it's a little easier finding seasonings than
All right.
But consider, Alice, that Switch is going to make you roll again at some point, and our rolling has not been great. You might just earn those adversity tokens right back.
but if I don't,
Don't worry about it.
It's fair.
You know, we've got.
I would rather roll low on not finding rosemary in a cabin cast.
I mean,
Chat,
that's fair.
if you donate more. If you donate more, we can use our adversity tokens now. All right. Then I am going to have you roll. Let's see. What makes sense? I think this is going to be I'm going to say again, since we're in the survival mindset, I'm going to say this is a flight. check.
Which is not the best, but it's okay. Let me count to make sure this has 10 sides.
Oh no.
I don't roll d10s a lot, so I do actually have to. Okay. Which, I mean, that's an 8.
An 8 exactly meets the check.
Yay.
All right. So the bad news is you're pretty limited to whatever hunters left in here, like bought to bring up specifically to
Yes.
make like deer sausage with or whatever, and then just forgot to take with them. So
I mean, rosemary.
you're not looking at fresh ingredients.
No.
You're definitely looking at like expired bottles of McCormick. But there's a couple of goodies. There are dried bay leaves, and there is also an Italian seasoning blend that has rosemary in it.
Yes. Because that also probably has some other things like oregano and stuff.
Yep.
Which
You're
might
looking at
not.
you're looking at the ingredients. It's rosemary, it's oregano, it's got, it's Italian seasoning mix.
Yeah.
Probably parsley. Actually, now I'm curious what the hell is in McCormick
Maybe
Italian.
a little bit of sage.
Say, I hope
Well,
so.
sage and
that.
sausage. Dear.
Yeah, that's true. If they're making
Basil?
sausage.
Here we go. Basil, rosemary, thyme, oregano, and other herbs.
Other
Other
herbs is going to be doing a lot of work.
Other herbs as required.
Yeah. All right, so you've got you're doing your little pesto project, and we've got Devin posted up for the night. It sounds like we're going to be doing shifts at some point, so I think that is set. So I just need to do one more little.
Why you gotta do that? Why is that necessary?
Don't worry about it. My room is so goddamn dark I can't read my dice. I didn't plan well for this. Wait, Cass, did your camera freeze or are you just that intense?
That's just Cass doing it.
100% thought your camera froze.
I wasn't
All
sure.
right.
It was beautiful,
All
actually.
right. So a couple hours go by in peace. The wind's picking up a little bit outside. If you left any curtains open, you'd be able to see it's turning into a real whiteout out there. If you looked, you could hardly see the truck sitting out there in the yard. And close to about the time that y'all plan to switch shifts, Devin, you do hear something. It's from upstairs. It sounds like the snap. It sounds like a snap. And then some thuds. And maybe, just maybe, the sound of single pane glass hitting a wooden floor.
I'm going to reach down and just tap Ricky awake and just. And then just like have gesture for him to wake the other 3 up, like as I stand up and like notch. You like get the bow ready.
I go to Cameron first and like nudge them, but like then like hand over their mouth like as soon as they start to stir.
Yeah.
And then go to Keith after and same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, GM.
Hey,
This is where I need to use one of those tokens for intuitive. I need to see if there is any other. This is the old hunting cabin.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any weapons in this place?
That is a very good question. So, in a really crappily tacked on coat closet, right beside the basement, right beside the cellar steps, there is a bolt action 22, a couple of random boxes of ammunition, and a stack of like half a dozen arrows in various conditions, just kind of piled up in a corner.
Can I say that I would have found that like in my nail search earlier?
I think it's probably, you know what?
Because I
Hopefully one of
can't
the
think of
boxes
any
is
other
22.
point.
I think since you rolled really well for that, didn't you? You rolled like an 18 on a check of like, I think I had it set at 8. So yes, I will say at some point you had opened that closet door, didn't find what you were looking for, and shut it
But that,
again.
yeah.
But it's in your head that you know it's there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Similar question. Is there anywhere like a broom or a mop that I could like unscrew the handle from?
Oh, interesting. Oh, is there?
Get some bow staff action over here.
Precisely.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Red Robin, I see you.
good. Hang on, let me look at my notes here. Um, you know what? That is the kind of thing that would be sitting in a corner of the kitchen, not even put away.
Mhm.
It's a shitty wood handled, really gross gray looking
Mhm.
mop, but it does have like the screw on mop head in
Yeah,
that.
it's probably takes a little elbow grease to get that rusty
Yeah.
threads loose, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a little grody.
But yeah, pops that out.
You know what? Just real quick, since it is rusty, and this is very silly, but I might ask for it anyway. Can I get a brawn check?
Sure. Actually, what's my brawn?
What is
Oh,
your
my brawn's pretty
brawn?
good, actually. Okay.
Oh, your
Okay.
brawn's not bad at all. Yeah.
My brawn's pretty okay. All right. That is a 6.
Oh yeah, you're fine. It makes a little bit of a squeak, as you're pulling it out, but it's not too
Which like
heinous. Nothing
normally
breaks.
wouldn't be bad, but I'm sure just like in like the vaguely tense kind of silence of everything sounds way louder.
Yes, it sounds quite loud. And as you're doing that, plus the sound kind of wakes up everybody's ears a little bit, and now you're all sort of aware of the noise upstairs. That the thumping around is still going kind of intermittently.
Did Cameron keep the rifle for themselves?
No, but what they would have done is like point at Ricky. Because Cameron, I don't think is as much of a hunter. And they would have like pointed at Ricky, pointed at the closet.
And he'll just kind of like nod and like go straight for it and like looking through ammo and like hopefully there's some 22 shells in there.
Now you do have at least one adversity token, and you do have the treasure hunter.
I sure do.
Do you want to spend an adversity token to guarantee you find that ammo?
Yes, I think that is well worth it.
That is quite
Switch.
fair. Yes.
I didn't put it in my backpack because I assumed I would have it on my person.
Okay.
Can I hand a hunting knife to Dawn?
I was gonna say there's probably also a hatchet. I was gonna look for a hatchet in that closet when
Yeah.
I
I
went in
was
there,
gonna
too.
ask if there was like, even if you don't still have a fireplace, a lot of
You
people
have the
keep those
poker.
old tools around.
Yeah.
What do I want to allow? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It seems really silly that a person that regularly shops at milsurp stores, to the point where they carried MREs on a weekend, because that is in your backpack. Is
That is
multiple
in my
MREs.
backpack.
If you didn't also have some kind of knife on you, I would be shocked. Like you strike me as Devin strikes me as the type of person who definitely has a folder and a fixed blade on him, because 2 is 1 and 1 is none.
I'm not going to tell you how
Exactly.
many knives are within reach of me right now. So.
Literally 4 for me at the moment, so I get it.
Yeah. This is why we get along,
I've got a
Switch.
sword on the other side of my desk right now, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Devin has boot
Yeah.
knife energy. Chat says correct. Devin,
Is there a sword in the
in
corner? There's a
modern
sword in the
day,
corner.
Devin has
Okay,
a
good,
karambit
good.
for sure. Okay, so yes, I will grant that.
I was gonna say, in this room, I've got a pocket knife and 2 daggers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love this
Knife
vibe so much.
gaze.
As far as the hatchet goes, and I'm sorry, who asked about the hatchet so I can track?
I did.
Ricky did. Okay, I'm just looking
me.
at your sheet to see if I can figure that. So we just used treasure hunter for the ammo. Do you have another adversity point?
I do have one more.
You want to use it?
I think we
If
have
there
enough.
is not a fire poker visible by the fireplace, which would make sense for there to be, then yes, I will use it to make sure that there is a hatchet.
Good point. By the wood stove, there are fire tools. So you do have a poker handy. Also, a cute, tiny little brush and dustpan.
Would those be iron by any chance?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Cast
so
iron.
I'm
Those are
torn because
normally
that makes
cast iron.
sense, but also this place got a 70s remodel, so it could very well be brass. I'm going to do a roll on my end right quick. You know what? Okay, this is completely bullshit because I'm just rolling for sheer chance. Cameron, call evens or odds, please. Damn it. There went one of my dice.
Oh, that's me.
Sorry, yeah.
Odds.
Odds? I'm so sorry, they're brass.
That's fine, but there has to be a cast iron skill around here somewhere. It is.
Ooh, cast iron skillet.
This is the cabin.
Okay, it is not in a condition to cook with. It is
I don't need
rusted
it to
as
cook
hell.
with.
It's dusty, rusty, covered in spider webs.
This is a
Wait,
husband
it's like
killing
under the
cast iron
sink.
skillet.
Somebody,
say,
some
this has
dipshit
gotta be
put
like-
cast iron under the sink.
Decor,
But yes,
you know.
it is there. Oh my god, yeah, decor.
It's on the fucking wall. It has a clock painted on it with no hands.
Actually, you know what? That's a good point, and it probably has 3 or 4 iron trivets up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a good point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, you do have some cast iron to work with then. That is so
Good.
fair. That is so fair.
That Cameron would pull off the cast iron skillet and then hand everyone trivets that needs a hand.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So
Yeah.
sounds like I think everybody then has got something. Keith, so we've got, hang on. We got a bow. We got a 22. We got skillet. We got hunting knife.
Mm-hmm.
Keith.
Oh, mop handle.
That's right, mop handle. Okay.
And
Wonderful.
so many pocket knives.
Now,
And so many
that sounds-
knives.
So
That
many
something is still go-
Trails End branded Swiss Army knives.
that's right. Now, the something is still going around upstairs. It has not moved. It hasn't progressed toward the stairs or anything. Anybody feel the need to go up and check?
No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What
I mean,
about
does it sound like it's moving towards the stairs?
possible? It definitely is moving away from the wall, i.e. the window.
The window. To the wall.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna do a stupid. Look, we don't want any trouble. Can you just leave?
The moment Devin starts speaking, can we just cover their mouth, please?
Hey now though, like there's plenty of haints and boogers that you tell them to fucking go away and they will.
Thank you.
Yeah, and there's plenty of shit if you acknowledge it. It's just gonna come hunting for you.
Well, it's already doing that.
The something actually stops for a second. And then I have a question. Did anybody happen to look and see what direction the bedroom door opens?
No.
Cameron hasn't even been upstairs.
So if the door
Would Dawn have
opened
noticed?
outward, if the door
Yeah.
opened outward, would you say that it would hit that line of salt?
Yeah, but bedroom doors never open outward. That's not how
They never do.
no,
Switch.
they're always in.
Oh, all the ones in my house do.
Your house.
Your
You
house is weird.
live in
That's a
bumfuck
bad
PA.
house.
Okay, no, I
Say,
was about
that's
to
a
say
bad
you live
house
in
'cause that's
bumfuck
not
PA.
fire. That's not
Where
fire
are
safe.
we?
You're in
Where
bumfuck
are
Where are
you?
we?
PA.
We're in
That is
bumfuck PA.
that is not fire
God
safe.
damn it.
That's
I just thought I would ask. I was
This
curious.
cabin was built before fire codes.
You know what?
This
That's
is
a
why we
damn
set
good
the
point.
line and salt at the stairs as well.
That is a good point.
That is what I did.
All right. So they're not going to hit the. Okay, so if the door opens inward, they're not going to hit the line of salt with the door if that
Yeah.
were a scenario that would happen.
Not to mention, there's
But
always a gap.
Yeah, there is a gap. That is true. I will say. Oh, that's true. With the gap too, you wouldn't hear if the door did open.
The creaky ass
could be-
hinges.
I'm sure it's creaky as fuck.
These people don't know what WD-40 is.
No.
Why would
If their
WD-40?
cast iron is rusting, I ain't taking care of anything else.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so you definitely hear from upstairs then. You hear like a weird, like clattering noise almost for a little while.
Uh-huh.
Those of you that have big dogs, or for that matter, have anything big enough that it wants to get its big mouth on stuff and chew things. Something is chewing on something up there.
I don't like that.
And
Dawn, what was in your bag?
Well, my hoof pick. I got my thermos, or at least I meant to. My lead rope. My brush. My brush.
You brought a bunch of horse tools for we weren't going to be around horses.
Well, it just. I was afraid
Did
if
you
I
have
took it
any
out, I'd forget.
food?
No. No, I don't think so. No.
Right.
Yeah, no.
while y'all are trying to figure this out, you do hear a noticeable squeaking from upstairs.
What do you mean squeaking?
Squeaking, like a rusty hinge or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Not like an
I was
animal
like
squeaking.
fucking squeaky
Like a door
toy,
squeak.
like a squeaky animal. What?
So
No, almost like
I'm
something
loading
had got
the
a hold
gun.
of a doorknob with its teeth and pulled it open.
yeah, what I was
There
gonna
it
say is that's actually the more concerning squeak to me because it's like deer can't open doors.
And this is 10 11 years before Jurassic Park,
Jurassic
so
Park,
we
yep,
can't
no,
make that
exactly
reference.
where I was going. Yep.
Jesus Christ. My cat just popped up and put her face in my lap and scared the absolute shit out of me.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Impeccable timing.
No kidding.
She just like soft little paws on my legs. Like
Donna.
Chuck.
That figures.
Yeah.
Baby cat.
So yeah, you heard that, and the thumping starts up again.
Fucking deer can't fucking open doors.
Not deer. Okay, look. Come down here and have a conversation like a civilized creature or go away.
The fuck is wrong with you?
It's slime assault. We're going to figure out if it works.
You
And if
want to
it
find
doesn't?
out the hard way?
So you hear
Loading.
very
Loading.
it's a bolt action. So I believe, yeah, you can have one chambered, but I do believe you have to eject the shell before you can get another one. So you will be a little slow if you have to shoot more than one.
Yeah, well, it's ready.
Excellent. You hear a very specific rhythm going on upstairs where you hear like a pawing almost, like the thump, it's hitting the floor and dragging. You hear a clattering, like something knocking against, like rattling against the door frame. And then you hear the thumps proceed towards the stairs.
Drag something through the salt. Great. It's smart. It's smart. Okay.
I don't.
And
like
you're
it.
taunting it.
I'm not taunting it. I am talking to it.
Hey, we don't want you here. You should go.
Well, then why'd
You don't
y'all invite him
belong here.
downstairs?
Nope, you don't belong here. Get out of here.
Look, look. Why are you here?
Hang on. I need to roll something.
Are you trying to do a speed date with the thing? Why are you asking it questions?
I got Lord Almighty. I hope it can't talk.
Y'all here. We've been trying to. This is not what you hear, but the chat says we've been trying to reach you about your truck's extended warranty.
This is the creature. It has arrived.
No,
Mhm.
I'm laughing because I rolled a check, and what you hear is a clatter of antlers trying to get through a door frame and failing.
Thank God they're bucks.
Thank God.
No, it's rutting season. We don't want that.
But you do hear it from the top. Like it sounds like it's right at the top of the stairs. So they are at the stairwell.
We have all the lights on.
Hmm.
We can see it.
Hmm.
I have arrows aimed at it.
All right. So you are stationed at a point where you can see up the stairwell. Yes. Excellent. So you can see this poor thing. Its head is at kind of a
Poor
funky
thing.
angle because it knows it's a little bit stuck, but it hasn't quite figured out how to remedy that. And its hooves, this one does have hooves, are kind of scraping on the wood floor as it's trying to get better traction. And it looks at you, and its mouth opens, and it has sharp teeth.
Not deer, Keith. Not deer.
And it sort of bellows at you as it's scrabbling and trying to figure out how to get out of its little trying to figure out how to backslide out of its little
It
predicament.
is being aggressive.
Shoot it.
It's coming right for
No,
us.
I'm asking a question. Is it being aggressive?
Oh, sorry. It definitely doesn't. It's not like putting on a threat display, but it did also run antlers first into the doorway, so that might be aggressive. Can't
I
tell
want
at
to
the moment.
I want to put an arrow into the wall next to its head.
Warning shot. Okay.
Warning shot.
Let me see. I'm going to make that a fight check.
Okay. Hold on. I got a cat. So
And this is a little tricky. So I will give you a DC for it. Now, and you are a bow hunter. Yes, that is something that you're proficient with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna say
I get a free reroll, right?
you do still have a reroll in the chamber. Yes, you do. The DC is 7.
I'm rerolling then.
All right.
Also, you get a
God.
+1 for being a teenager.
Good
No.
point for fight.
Do I?
Right?
No.
Every teenager
No,
gets
but
it.
They're
you're
an
an adult,
adult.
I'm an
Oh, he is an
adult.
adult. This is what you get for being the token adult.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God, guys. I rolled a 3 that first one. I rolled a 6. I explode.
You
Yay!
All right.
Oh, 10. 10.
10. All right. So you knock that arrow, and thank God it's one of the more sturdy arrows that was in that.
I had my
closet.
own arrows to start with.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, good. So you didn't have to resort.
No.
Excellent. All right.
I don't have many, but I have enough.
All right. So you shoot, and it goes like between the thing's antlers, just about, and
Yeah.
sticks into the paneling, into the wall paneling, and that deer kind of growls and back steps real quick away from the stairs, and you hear it kind of like pawing and huffing a little bit.
will you calm the fuck down?
And oddly enough, when you say that, it does stop. And it looks at you again. It's still kind of bearing its fangs at you, but it's not coming towards the stairs again.
Out of curiosity, does this deer does it have side eyes, or does it have binocular predator eyes?
The sharp-toothed deer does have binocular vision.
I noticed a word whenever you were describing what was happening.
Mhm.
That word was that.
Mm-hmm.
That deer.
Mm-hmm. Where's the other one?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
This one doesn't.
And
Oh, the one that was upstairs had the stumps before.
Yeah.
But this one has
Mhm.
hooves.
Mm-hmm.
This one's also blocking the doorway, hopefully.
This is the one you and I saw outside,
Uh-huh.
not the one that Dawn saw outside.
Mm-hmm.
Stop stepping on my keyboard.
would anybody like to, let's see. I'm going to leave this open to anybody that wants to roll it. Again, we're going survival. I'm going to say flight check.
Anybody?
Who said Lieutenant Deer ain't got no legs?
Alex.
Alex!
Alex,
So wait, is this just to figure out how many deer there are?
you're listening. You know, you
Okay,
can't
then
see.
I would burn my other intuitive dice.
Oh, okay. So you want me to tell you precisely.
Yes. How
All
many
right.
deer?
I got a 4.
How many
On a
critters? How many
D20.
creatures?
All right. Because you were using your intuitive, and I have to tell you honestly, there's the sharp-toothed deer.
Uh-huh.
There is the stumpy deer.
Uh-huh.
There's one more thumping around up there.
Oh. All
You
right.
can, Cameron, because of where you're positioned, you're kind of near that wall, that front wall
Mhm.
where the window is. You can hear it stepping, or kind of, because there's a drop under the windowsill. You can
Yeah.
hear it kind of falling in as it's climbing in the window.
Mhm.
Three?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm. All right. Look, we don't want no trouble. Why are you here?
So let me see. Can you roll me a charm check?
Oh shit, guys, that's a D4.
Shit, I'd do way better than that. And I couldn't fucking charm you.
I rolled a 4.
Baby. Heck yeah.
7. I got a 7.
7. All right. The thumping is still going on. They're scraping around. Probably the one that fell through the window is having to regain its footing. But the sharp-toothed deer up at the top of the steps, it sort of paws its hoof, and it doesn't seem to be able to talk, but it can kind of understand
Good.
you. But
You're acting like it should be able to.
it doesn't seem like it's able to talk. Doesn't seem like it. But it does kind of paw and bump its head in the general direction of if it were to come down the stairs and go for the wood stove. That's kind of the direction it seems to be indicating.
Oh, it's cold. Y'all are cold.
We're just attracted to fire.
Are you telling me they want to come inside by the fire?
Yes. Yes.
Ricky, I think that's exactly what I'm saying.
There's a queen bed up there that's empty.
Yeah, and they just smashed the window to get in. It's a little chilly up there.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Cameron, Ricky, being that you're a nanny that you guys keep mentioning, seems to be aware of all this shit. What are the odds we are going to survive the night if we just let them bunk with us?
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't have her on speed dial, Devin. I don't think there's a landline.
What's
Can,
speed
can we
dial?
roll? Can we roll like a brains or something to?
Yeah. You know what? You too can roll brains.
Here's the thing, it's like a 50-50 chance if we live or die.
As far as you know.
I know. I'm gonna use my last adversity token to re-roll that.
All right.
Yeah, that's a 19.
7.
19 and 7. All right. Ricky, you don't have a goddamn clue. I'm sorry.
Nope. It was
That's
worth
fair.
a try.
That was fair.
Cameron, so you rolled really, really well. Granted, the only deer that you personally have laid eyes, no, not deer, that you have laid eyes on personally, does have predator features.
Mhm.
I think you in particular would be distinctly wary about letting that thing share a living space with you. Because other than the fact that it has binocular vision, canine teeth, and has tried to charge the stairwell to try to get to you, you don't know anything else about it.
No.
No.
Look, it's Devin. That thing might as well be a wild wolf, except worse. I ain't going to trust it in any living space overnight. We might as well just go start a fire pit outside. That might as well be safer for them.
If we start a fire outside for y'all, will you leave? We'll make sure it
The
lasts through the night.
sharp-toothed deer kind of like tilts its head.
Shark
Like-
teeth. Don't like that descriptor.
Yeah.
And it kind of shifts its weight from one hoof to the other. You hear the other maybe two up there kind of doing the same, just kind of contemplative little tippy taps.
If we're going to be talking to these things, one hoof knock for yes, 2 for no.
It sort of
You get 3 knocks in
flicks its
response.
ears, and it gives you one very deliberate pawing on the floor.
Okay. So if we start a fire outside for you that'll last the night, you will leave us alone.
One more paw.
Keith? Yep.
Build a fucking fire.
Build a fucking fire. All right, we're going to go out the front door. Y'all stay there. We will let you down the stairs when the fire's ready. Please do not join us outside. Wait, hold
Just
on.
come down the way they came in.
No. Hold on.
Yeah.
Are there more of you out there?
So before it answers you, the deer looks behind it to the other two deer that are back there. And then one paw.
Oh, there are more out there. Great. Y'all go outside.
Outside the house, there's more.
It looks back again. It gives you one paw, hesitates, and then puts it back down without pawing again.
All right.
Dear
Y'all
no
go
math.
outside. Yeah. Y'all go outside. Tell them we're coming out to help. and then we will join you in a moment.
That deer starts to back up, has some real difficulty turning around in the hallway, but it finally kind of does one of them little deery hops around the corner of the stairwell up there and wanders out to where you can't hardly see it, presumably back into the bedroom. Something upstairs. You hear like scraping and bumping right up against that wall by the by the window. And something kicks a couple more glass shards free as it's on its way back out the window.
We are so lying to Miss Hennish.
I don't think we have to lie to her. We don't lie to her, we might not have to pay for it.
You make a valid point, Cameron. All right.
Touche.
Okay.
Yeah, far as I know, her playing card is giving her the play-by-play right now.
Fair.
She's getting closed
Keith,
captioning
that
on
kind of
this.
thing don't work like that.
Oh, you
So
believe
now
her
you
now?
believe? Nope. We're not questioning Keith accepting the
Sure.
truth here.
Sure.
Got
You
the
don't-
Jack of Spades giving color commentary.
You don't punish things that you want to reward.
Fair. Fair.
All right,
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to make a fire. Can I ask somebody kindly to cover
you.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'll go out with you, but we're gonna wait just a moment, and we're gonna look around outside to see
Yeah.
exactly how many there are.
Yeah. I got a feeling that any number is not going to be ideal.
We know of at least 3. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Mac.
Ricky.
Oh, there's Mac.
There we go.
Okay.
Mac is frozen. Nope.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
keep
All
keep
right.
dying, apparently.
That's okay. Okay, so y'all are looking out the door or a window first to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who's looking out the door?
Me.
I'm covering
I
the
will tell
stairwell.
Dawn to keep an eye on the stairwell just in case.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Brad?
All right. So as you're kind of looking out the window, you do hear one of the deer upstairs like bellowing. You know, that really nice long guttural grunt, you know. And when you look outside, if you're looking at the tree line, you can see a few more things moving around. But without putting a light, sorry, did you turn the porch light on when you turned all the lights on?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Oh, I beg your pardon. Then you can see a couple eyes gleaming further back in the trees. You do see one very close to the tree line. Like you can kind of see it from the knees up. It's just, brush. And it's looking at the house. Well, it's facing the direction of the house. Its eye sockets are empty. Just blank.
Mario
Just black
moves.
holes.
All right.
It's not even gory, just empty.
It's a skull.
No,
Oh.
it's got the rest of its face. It just has no eyes.
Switch, you didn't have to tell me that.
Neat.
You really did not have
I'd rather
to
it
say
be the
that.
skull because at least that's like a Mary Lou.
Yeah, it's Mary Lou.
No, nothing so comforting
No.
as the rap battling
I was about
Welsh
to say,
Christmas horse.
Imagine if all you
Yes.
had to do was win a rap battle against the not deer and they leave you alone. But if
Yeah.
you lose, they come in and drink
In
all your
fairness,
wine.
has anyone tried?
Has anyone tried?
It's fair.
Wait, guys, I've got a mixtape for this.
Oh my god.
Get to the tape deck in the truck. No.
All right.
But it is just
yeah.
it almost looked like if you happen to look out before that bellow, it might have been about to take a step forward, but once it heard that bellow, it stepped back, waiting politely.
Okay.
So they appear to have gotten the message, whatever it was.
All right. Then I will creak open the door. Gesture for Keith. I'll step out, bow still drawn, like not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Keith has his backpack. He has taken some of the. He got his lighter and matches. Bring the mason jars of moonshine with him.
Mhm.
Also,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah, yeah.
because damn
Go
his
quick fire
pride, he's
shark.
going to use an accelerant.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
Also, did they manage to get the tire off?
It's
Yeah,
like
I think we had the tire off.
yeah, you definitely. If nothing else, it was like you brought the chain down and it just needed to be unhitched. But I do think you brought it like all the way down.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, as a bunch of country kids, a tire fire burns hard.
No, 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 no.
It is out of air. You know,
But
you can't exactly put
that
it
is
on the truck
some
as it is.
caustic ass smoke. We're gonna piss them off if we make them breathe in rubber fire.
Ah, yes.
They
Not
just
here.
want to be.
do
Can
we
they?
know that they
they're-
breathe?
They just want warm.
But
Some of them still got
we may
noses.
still need that tire though.
Yeah.
Someone still got noses. That's not untrue.
Right. So yeah, Keith has his backpack. He has, he's got his matches. Got a lighter. He has a lighter because obviously, as a 16-year-old Boy Scout in 1980s rural Pennsylvania, he
Yep.
obviously smokes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Goes without saying. And has the jars of moonshine. Is taking some. He's going to take some wood from outside. He's going to try and take some dried out warmer wood from the pile by the stove. Bundled up in one hand, not letting go of his mop handle. That the mop handle stays. He will kind of like prop it up kind of awkwardly, like in the crook of his arm while he's got an armful of firewood, but the mop handle stays. And he's going to
Alright.
kind of
Is there a
awkwardly
fire
shuffle out
pit?
the door.
Yeah, is there a fire pit out in front of the house?
I'm glad you asked. Keep in mind there are several inches of snow out there, of
Mhm.
course. Well, several inches. Probably
I
less than 6
suggested the
inches right
fire.
now, but yeah. But you do see a distinct, like,
Lump.
roughly ring-shaped lump with a divot in the middle in the yard
Yeah.
that suggests that there probably is a fire pit.
Cam, Ricky, Dawn, we're gonna need hands.
Okay.
You should see if deer have some hands.
I don't want to know if the deer have hands. Switch.
I don't.
Switch,
Why?
don't fucking do that to me.
Why?
I love you.
Do we still want someone on the guarding the stairs?
I think all our problems are outside now.
Cool. Well, I have got a shovel in the truck.
Yep. Yep.
So
Just gonna start tying those strings I made earlier around
Yep.
everyone's wrists.
Yep.
yeah. Oh,
Yep.
good. Oily friendship bracelets.
Yes.
I'll
Nice.
take it happily.
Yep.
Yep.
And I will slowly, cautiously walk out to my truck.
Yep. I am right next to you, just like arrow pointed down at the ground, but ready.
Yeah. Dawn, are you still inside?
Well, since I was requested to come out,
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
I would have went towards the door.
Okay, no big deal.
I don't like
Ah.
that.
It's
Cameron
fine.
would have stayed in the porch at the very least.
I
Okay.
mean, are
Is there
you
anybody who's,
trying
like,
to
inside?
imply? Are you trying to
Huh?
imply that we can't trust the horrible mutant, mangy, shark-toothed, binocular-visioned when they have eyes, not deer cryptids? Are you
That's
saying
why
that they are
Cameron has the
potentially
door
not
open.
trustworthy?
I was gonna
Yep.
say, yeah, the door definitely open. Like, I don't think we wouldn't have closed it.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
no problem. All right. So, as you're going out into the yard to go get stuff from the truck, if you happen to look back at the house, you can see the upstairs window, and that there is a deer just kind of chilling in there, his front feet hanging out on the roof. He just sat his ass down halfway out of the window. I was
He's
just
like, nah,
looking
man.
down at the proceedings.
Nah, man. Y'all guys go back out. I'm fucking staying.
I'm gonna stay in here where it's warm till we're good. That's
No, he's just looking. He's just, you know.
Insurance.
Yeah, you do notice that there are somehow 4 front legs hanging out of the window, but it's
I
fine.
slept near.
cool.
But it's fine. It's really just sitting there, just watching the proceedings, and also blocking the window.
Yeah.
So, the other thing you might notice as you are more out in the yard, closer to the tree line, you're starting to get a better view of the critters that are farther back. Some of them are brave enough to kind of inch up towards the tree line, but none of them are crossing into the yard. They're just standing at the very edge of it. So you do see the eyeless one, chilling out there. One you see has antlers that keep branching out, kind of like fractals. So instead of having points, each point splits and keeps splitting.
All right.
And there's another who you can't see them very well, but their eyes are a couple of feet higher than everybody else's.
Oh, great.
But
Ricky, shovel faster.
Yep.
they're just watching.
Yeah. I'm like kicking snow out of the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Damn reindeer
So when
games.
I walk out to the truck and I like back up, like not turning my back to them as I get the shovel back and start.
yeah.
And if anybody is still in the house proper,
Standing on the porch with the door open, so not in the
Okay.
house, but
you hear a thud from the stairwell. Distinctly not hooves, but there is a thud in the stairwell.
Okay, but at this point, distinctly not hooves is more concerning.
Is it Jack fucking Skellington? What is
What do you
it?
mean? I don't know. You should go look.
Yeah, Cameron, go look.
They asked for.
no, Cameron is not looking. Cameron is making sure that the salt across the front door is undisturbed.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so the cabin is lost now. So
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help Ricky dig a little faster.
Yeah. JD says, make friends.
JD, they're not friend shaped.
You don't know
JD,
that.
I'm fucking trying, okay?
So pretty much as soon as there's space to start working, Keith is going to start trying to get. So he's not using the accelerant just yet. He has a plan.
$50.
He is trying to use regular kindling to get the dry logs going first, and then if he can get the dry logs going, he's going to try to use the accelerant to help the colder, damper logs get going.
Okay. I don't think this is going to be a terribly high check because this is something that you're doubtless proficient in, but I am going to make you roll. I think, unless you have an argument otherwise, I think this is probably a grit check.
No, I think acting under pressure definitely like he could try to intellectualize it, but I think the under pressure aspect is definitely going to make it a grit roll.
I think that's good, and I think your DC is going to be it's going to be like a 5.
Well,
it's a little harder under pressure, but still pretty.
How we do.
Yep.
6.
Excellent. All right, so it takes you a second. It probably takes you longer than you'd like once you realize just how many eyes are on you.
Yep.
But you do within pretty reasonable time start to see smoke and then flame, and then the tinder starts lighting. Oh, excuse me. And it's just starting to catch some of those little splinters coming off of the dry wood, but obviously it's going to take the log a little more before the log itself catches.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin,
had
fucking
fun.
rip it, baby.
Making a $5
Slop
donation,
that down,
which is
dude.
Fucking done, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I
Crack
got you.
one for the big boy.
I just want to clarify. So we have been doing donations allow for a reroll. But I do see discussion in the chat about how much do I need to donate for y'all to make friends with the horrors. Is that to make friends with the horrors? Okay, yes, Kat says that was how much it costs.
Only for Devin.
Only for me.
Devin.
I'm gonna say there ain't enough. You don't have enough to get Ricky to make friends with the horrors. Like, I love you. You don't.
Yeah. What's Devin up to right now?
I mean, Devin is Overwatch here. It's just like, keep an eye on all the deer. But like you said, the eyeless one is kind of close to the tree line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You don't pet
Devin
normal deer.
Devin probably still. Oh, I was gonna say Devin has jerky. Has
I will
venison
say
jerky.
its eye sockets are in the correct places for a deer.
Oh, okay.
They are just not.
Yes, correct.
So Devin has jerky in his pocket. I'm pretty sure still.
Do you want the dried flesh of your brethren?
I don't think they care.
How closely are they related to deer enough to be the same meat?
Good question.
I'm gonna like keep the arrow. It's a compound bow, so like I only need one hand to hold everything in place, right?
Right.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna pull out the remainder of the venison and go snack and just unwrap it real quick and toss it.
But then the deer eating the other deer, that's how you get the prion disease.
I need to roll for the deer. Hang on one second.
Devin, what the fuck?
If you feed it, you're never going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
The deer rolled a 1. So the venison actually bounces clear off its nose and lands in the snow.
Throw it that hard.
It doesn't have eyes.
Yeah,
I didn't want to hit it with the deer or the deer meat. Like
it does sniff around. It's it's shoving its little muzzle in the snow, and it does eventually find it. And just sits there very contentedly, its little tail's flicking as it's chewing on the deer jerky. Once it found it, it seemed fine.
All right. I'm gonna see how the others react. Is it like is it one of those?
So the higher up pair of eyes, they start to get a little closer. And now that they're in the light, you can see that their body is normal sized. They've got an extra leg bone somewhere in there.
An extra what bone?
So leg. So like foreleg,
giraffe legs,
shank, more leg.
Oh, I thought you were like that. It was like a giraffe neck, and there was a leg bone, and I was real confused. Okay.
Oh no, it's just like, well, actually, it's not unlike a giraffe neck in that there are several tall bones on top of each other. It's just that's every leg.
Okay. Cool.
But as it's stepping forward, the deer up in the window yells at it again. You hear that like, "Argh!" And it stops. It looks at that one. Its ears are like flicking, and the other one's just staring it down. And so it kind of ducks its head and backs up a step.
I'm gonna turn my head up to the one in the window and go, 1 for yes, 2 for no. I call you Dasher.
One paw.
All right. Thanks, Dash.
Yes.
I got you. I understand you.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Hey, guys. You think Santa's inside?
Something's inside, and I ain't going to find out what.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I don't want to know.
I think we're going to find out.
I might just sleep in the truck.
we have certainly fucked around. So
Yep.
Now, I will say, anybody who is in any kind of eye shot of the stairwell, I'm just telling you this for your peace of mind. If you look over, you will see that Dawn's bag has been just kind of shoved and fell down the steps, so it's now sitting at the landing.
Oh.
Aw.
Did it disturb the salt line?
I don't like that considering the deer is blocking the window.
It's kind of laying across the bottom 2 steps, like
Okay.
kind of askew. But no, it did not have enough momentum to hit the salt line. And it seems like the deer are the ones who are in are keeping to upstairs. I
Oh,
will
okay,
say
so
your
they
thermos.
didn't leave.
Yeah, I will say,
So
Dawn,
it's-
if you didn't already bring your thermos downstairs, it is not with the bag.
Damn it.
They having a little temple upstairs.
Right?
I'm just concerned that one of them actually has hands to be able to open it.
I don't want to know, man.
They opened the doorknob with their mouths. I don't think
One of them did.
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
2 others.
I want to say their names, but I'm not going to because I want you to figure them out if you want. But
That's some
All right.
spicy milk and cookies right there, let me tell you. It's
Yeah.
loaded with brandy.
Yeah, no,
Loaded.
the sharp tooth one actually kind of gnawed on the doorknob until it got enough purchase to turn it.
That thermos ain't coming back.
Not the deer having a little tea party up top. That's correct. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the deer appear to, have an agreement, an arrangement amongst themselves. And whenever one of them does start trying to encroach on Ricky and them's work out front, Dasher up there yells at them. So they're all behaving themselves. But they are all coming slowly up to the tree line. So by the time Ricky, you have Ricky and Keith, rather, sorry, Keith. By the time Keith has a nice, steady blaze going,
Mm-hmm.
5 more deer in total standing
So
at the tree
8.
line.
8 tiny reindeer. Not so tiny reindeer.
On the housetop.
Fuck is
Yeah,
Rudolph.
Yeah, where the
Hey.
fuck is Rudolph?
don't worry about it.
A little worried about it.
I'm a little worried,
Like,
but I
I'm,
feel
like,
like we'll
mildly
notice
concerned.
when he's here. Glowing red nose and all.
No, I actually don't know if we have a set.
Bioluminescence.
Somebody says, "Where's Santa?" So Santa's actually in Tennessee this time of year. I hate to say it. We're in
Good.
Pennsylvania.
Santa can stay there.
Yeah.
No, Santa. If it's the Santa that has these deer, Santa, we got enough problems down here in Tennessee. We can. Chrissy
You
can
just keep
back
it up
me
there.
up. You
Yep.
just keep
Yep.
them.
Sure do. Got enough.
Yep. So yeah, what's your next step? You got a nice fire going. You've got a pretty decent head count going on.
I think we just load the fire up with as much wood, and I think I will turn around to Dasher and be like, knock on the door if it starts to go out.
Yeah, Keith's plan was to try and make it like a proper bonfire.
Yeah.
Was like you starting with the dry wood to get that going first. Then once that was good and hot and going, was going to start adding some of the colder, damper logs. But obviously, them kind of on top, it's going to take some time for them to get dried out. They're kind of steaming off,
good.
and then there is where the moonshine comes in, where he is using the moonshine to kind of coat the cooler, damper logs to kind of help them get going. Though crucially, he is not using all of the moonshine. He's keeping a little bit of moonshine back just in case he needs it for tactical purposes.
Yes. Tactical. All right. So as you're finishing up your preparations on the fire, everybody who's around can hear the deer upstairs moving. The one Dasher stuck in the window starts to climb out. And you do see that he has 6 legs in total.
Yeah.
And he kind of tippy toes his way down to the edge of the roof and then just hops on down like a cat almost.
With 6
Lands
legs.
very neatly.
Does he
And,
land next to any of us?
So he probably didn't jump far away from the porch. So if anybody is standing on the porch, he's probably within a couple yards of you.
Hey, Cam.
Just
So
averting their eyes and looking straight down, and there is
Yeah.
a tighter grip on the skillet.
Yep. And you start to hear the others upstairs moving towards the window as well. So presumably they are honoring the build us a fire and we will stay out there, and they are leaving the house.
Slowly backing towards the house then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Devin's gonna make sure they're the last one in.
Mhm.
So.
Yep. As everybody starts filing inside, the second one to leave is the hoofless one, and it jumps down in exactly the same way, landing in the snow, shaking itself off a little, and just tail swishing, happy little deer, starts wandering on towards the fire.
Is that Prancer?
I was about to ask
That's
that.
my guess.
I'm
would
so
be
glad you
Prancer.
asked. Yes, it is Prancer.
Mhm.
So we got Dasher, Prancer. I genuinely
Was-
think
Did Dasher
Devin.
have the sharp teeth?
Oh wait, oh shit. Wait, the sharp tooth one, is that Donner?
Donner.
Oh.
So there are two sharp-toothed deer. One of them is Donner. The one that's in your house is Vixen,
There it is.
because fox. So predatory.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah.
So I have body horror designs for all the reindeer. This is what
Is
I did with my week.
Blitzen the one with the fucked up
That's
antlers?
Blitzen. Yeah, the lightning
Huh?
bolt.
Okay, so we got Dasher. We don't have. Do we have? We said we had Dancer.
Dancer's
Wait,
the
Prancer.
long-legged one.
Okay.
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 No, we have Prancer, not Dancer. Prancer.
So,
Prancer's the one with the stumps
Dasher
upstairs.
has too many legs. Dancer has two long legs. Prancer has no feet. Vixen has
Sharp
predator
teeth.
eyes and sharp teeth. Comet. Comet's a little more subtle. It still has fawn spots
Oh.
that you can see as it's coming up, but they faintly glow.
Oh.
Sense? Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Cupid is the eyeless one, because love is
Oh.
blind.
Oh. All right. All right.
There you go.
And Donner is the last one to show up, and probably the least interesting of them, because it is just very big and its feet are just very it's larger built, but then its feet are still disproportionately large for its body, so they just stop everywhere they go.
Megafauna.
It's got cow hooves. It is.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
It's moving through the trees like a goddamn Clydesdale. Like, it is. Donner is not subtle. Thunder.
And it also crucially has sharp teeth because it eats people.
Also correct, yes.
It eats
Actually,
people.
so that being said, Donner probably is also the scariest. Just like, if I were to run into one of these guys in the woods, I think I'd be most scared of the fanged megafauna. Yes.
I was gonna say the big fucker with
the big
giant
pointy
teeth.
fucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they all start to approach the fire ring as y'all retreat inside. And I mean, they make themselves comfortable. It's really fascinating watching Dancer fold up those fucking legs as it sits down. But they all just cozy in for the night. Some of them are snuffling around the snow, right around the fire ring, looking for more jerky. But they are keeping to the agreement. They're staying by the fire.
Heath, I
So
think,
I'm
just kind of collapses on the couch and is gonna just sort of shakily take out a cigarette.
Hey, you got any more of them?
He just tosses the pack on the table.
Dawn, you still want that bedroom upstairs?
All yours.
No. That's
Dibs.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a piece of like plywood and take some of the nails that Cameron had, and I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm just gonna close up that broken window and sweep up the glass.
That sounds fine.
I'm sleeping on a bed after that.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna stay in that sleeping bag next to the sofa.
Yep.
That's where I'll hang out at. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay by the fire. So I'm also in the living room.
Yeah. How's Cameron doing?
Ain't much sleeping. Ain't nothing about this right. So Cam is probably sitting up in an armchair with that cast iron skillet laid across their lap,
Yeah.
staring at the front door.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Huh.
So, and I'm sorry, I may have missed it if somebody said it. Are we still keeping a watch, or is everybody kind of settling down? We're trusting the deal.
Oh no.
I
No,
ain't
no.
fucking trusting
Keith,
them.
at this point,
Uh-uh.
any cigarettes that have not been taken in the first offering, he is chain smoking the remainder of that pack and just sitting up the
That
rest
is
of the
Y'all,
night.
quite fair.
y'all hear Devin straight up snoring.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Devin
Ricky, I
sounds
can't
fine.
believe you're interested in that one.
Look, he got
Oh, you are?
balls.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm gonna give him so much shit about that.
He,
Oh no,
Could
that
we
makes so much
not?
more sense now.
oh,
Honestly, see, I'm sorry. I thought we was like having a fight and like the Devin was gonna be like your new best friend, but oh no, you just want to date. Oh, all right. Okay,
could
that's
we
way
not?
better.
We don't have to talk about this.
I mean, I didn't really like
I
Devin
want
at
to talk
first,
about
but
literally
if y'all don't
anything
want,
else than what's going on outside.
but if y'all don't really, Devin's your best friend here or anything, then yeah, no, then Devin's cool. Devin's cool.
Devin's real cool.
He helps everything. So yeah.
He did negotiate a pretty good ceasefire
Yep. He did.
I mean, I had
with
that
that
situation all
D4
wrong.
and charm.
I don't know how I did that.
I don't either. All right. So, as the night passes, uh, Keith, your fire building work was exceptional, and that fire does exactly what it's supposed to do. The kind of alcohol ethers out there, catch and burn, help that wood go up when it's supposed to, and the deer just mind their business. Once in a while, one of them will kind of start to get up and like look at the house, but anytime any one of them tries to wander away, um, either Dasher or Dancer nips at them and kind of like tugs at him a little bit, like get back here.
Well, I also have I built a log cabin fire, so it's deliberately designed to sort of burn down in stages.
Yeah. Oh, I love those kind of fires. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they seem nice and cozy. Um, I think they're probably going to stay there until about sunup. Is anybody going to be up there or up at sunrise?
Keith has not slept, so
Yeah, no.
I
They're
am.
chugging that tab.
yeah. When Keith is out of cigarettes, it's tab time, baby.
All right. All right. So, uh, sunrise rolls around. I mean, it's darn hard to tell because the snow is slowed down outside. It's you can see the other side of the yard from the porch, which is great. But it is still very gray and dark outside. Um, the most you see of sunrise is that the sky just starts to gradually lighten. And as you are looking, or anybody who is looking outside, would start to see the deer kind of pick up their heads and look up, look around in the sky, and then one by one, reluctantly maybe, start getting up and kind of like you know how white-tailed deer run away from things. They're kind of like bounding, and so Dasher and Dancer are the first to really get up and walk away from the fire. And they both, their little tails flick up and they bound, and they don't really hit the ground, but they bound again, and a little higher, and a little higher. So as they go up into the trees, they are going up into the trees until you can't see them anymore. And the others, one by one, follow in suit until all that is left around the campfire are the snow that they tore up while they were wandering around. You know, their little muzzle prints and their little hoof prints. But no other sign that the deer were there.
Cool.
Like, I'm gonna come back here every year now.
Taking that trip on your own.
That's fine.
I wonder if we bring like we could bring a bag of feed.
Hey, babe, we can bring
Oh
feed.
yes.
And we could, like, you had your horse shit here. We could, you know, groom them.
Oh
Keith,
yeah. I
is there
could have
any-
brought out the
blankets?
curry comb.
We
Keith,
could
is
have
there
brought
any
the
of-
horse
any
blanket.
Of the damn alcohol left.
The beer.
Yeah.
Keith surrenders the remains of his tactical moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Just like that. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Does anybody feel brave enough to go out to the fire pit?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Keith will go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Come
So
on, Boy
you go out to-
Scout.
Yeah. You go out to the fire pit. It's just about down to ashes out there. You know, it lasted exactly as long as it needed to and no longer, pretty much. I mean, there's probably coals underneath, but you know. And as you are closer, you notice that where the deer were sitting, like where the snow's really been dug out so they could set kind of on the grass, there is something laying in those little divots.
Pick it up.
Mhm. So it's kind of scattered around, but
deer shit.
there are some.
Immediately where my head went.
What'd you say?
Is it deer pellets? It's deer shit.
So there are a couple of whole walnuts. There's a couple of Jordan almonds, just kind of thrown around. A couple of wrapped chocolates, like foil wrap, so you know. And right where Donner was is a whole ass chocolate orange.
Did they leave us candy stocking stuffers?
Yeah, you didn't have
Don't you
stocking.
dare eat any of that.
don't eat that. Don't eat that.
Why?
You don't know where it's been.
They
Look,
left
They
those
just
us
have
things are,
candy.
pockets.
Devin, those things are 2 steps away from good neighbors, and
Hey,
ain't
hey,
ever
Ricky.
eat any of that stuff. You'll
Hey,
disappear.
hey, Ricky.
Ricky turns to Dawn and goes, "I'm over it."
Yeah,
Good.
Hey, Ricky. Well, we are boyfriends eating the cryptid candy. Can we change the tire?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we change the tire,
Shut
Ricky?
the fuck up.
Whoa,
Can we change the tire,
boyfriend- What?
Ricky?
Nope. You don't got to worry about. Nope. Let's get the tire taken care of.
Huh. Yesterday makes more sense.
It took you long enough to catch on to that, apparently.
Before
Not
he goes to
smooth.
deal with the tire, he's gonna go back in the house and he's gonna crack a fucking beer and like just.
Yeah. It's so valid.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Honestly, Devin, I haven't had any idea what you've been thinking at any point this entire weekend.
Do you not want to try the candy?
I'm not sure that there are words that describe how how little I want to
Oh.
eat that candy.
Oh.
So more for you.
Devin,
have
I'll
at
try
it.
a piece.
I get the chocolate orange and split it with Dawn.
Aw. It's a normal chocolate orange. You slap it against a hard surface or something, and it cracks just the same way.
Yeah.
You know, you open it, it's fine. It doesn't have any weird smell or weird taste to it. It's literally just a chocolate orange.
They
Which
say
is,
that and then they disappear in their bed in the middle of the night.
I mean,
Don't
Oh,
We're
fuck.
currently living in Reagan's America, baby. It can't get much worse.
that's true. Honestly, kidnapped by the Fae might be better than living under trickle down economics. At least the Fae, don't even the Fae don't buy Reaganomics.
Yep.
The
Yep.
Fae can be reasoned with.
Yeah.
The Fae looks at Reaganomics like, no, that sounds like a scam.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
It's an MLM.
Truly.
I'm just saying I wouldn't make that pact.
Now, I do want to say, of course, you do technically have the cabin for another night.
Mm-hmm.
What's y'all's plan for the rest of the weekend?
Putting that tire on and going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With or without y'all, my ass is going home. It's my goddamn truck.
Yeah, no, we got to tell Miss Hennish what happened.
Yeah, we can tell Miss Ennis what
her
happened
when
on the
we
way
give her
out.
the goddamn keys.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing. Like, I don't want to stay in the cabin now.
My horse is back home.
Windows broken. Critters could get in.
They did.
I
3 of
know.
them.
We're not sticking around here to find out what comes through on night 2.
Exactly.
I agree. Very much so.
All right, sounds good. So, fortunately, that air pump that y'all found in the shed does work on the tire. It seems like the tire's probably got a little bit of dry rot, which is probably why it lost the air, but it'll hold. It'll definitely hold to get you home.
Okay.
And the snow. Apparently, somebody has a snowplow around here somewhere because once you get up to the end of the driveway, the 2-lane road out there has been scraped over at some point. There's obviously still that like packed layer of snow that happens, but it's not as bad as it could be driving your way out of there.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you get down to, or after those couple of nasty hairpin turns, coming down those switchbacks, I mean, you do have to like ride the brake the entire way because this steep, curvy ass road is just it's almost trying to kill you as much as the deer were.
Cool.
But the deer weren't trying to kill us.
That's a good point. So the road's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all make it down to the campsite, all right, to the cabin. Mrs. Hennish is out there, letting Rex out. She's standing on the porch in her moccasin slippers with a coat that she didn't bother to actually put her arms into. She's just kind of holding it around her shoulders. Yeah. While Rex is running free. And of course, as soon as he sees your truck, he starts barking and howling and putting up a storm.
I think as soon as we pull over, I just pop out with the keys and tell her everything that happened.
All right.
Gonna tell her everything.
So she listens very quietly. She does have her little mug of tea there with her, and she's just listening, taking a little slow sip every now and then, nodding along. Oh my. Well, she says as you get to the end of it, that does explain a couple things. And she leaves it at that. And and holds her hand out and takes the keys, and she says, "Now I do think you paid your deposit in cash, so let me run back and get you the second night's deposit back. I'll be just a
Thank
minute."
you. Thank you.
Certainly. Oh, of course. I hope they didn't give you too much trouble out there.
No.
Oh,
Just scared
oh,
us.
oh, good. And we can get that window fixed. It ain't no big deal.
Yeah. I'll wander back over to the driver's side, gesture for Ricky to roll it down. We're getting the deposit back.
That's great. That's even with the broken window. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah, she wasn't surprised.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
So date, huh?
No, we're good.
All right.
You think they know we're good?
Yep.
Bro, he passed right to you and you done fumbled it.
No, literally, he's
No.
like Ricky's over it. Like,
Yeah, it's been he can't deal with anything more.
no, like that, just
Damn.
too much for him.
I need you to understand, in my estimation of Ricky as a character, he's gone from bisexual panic to bisexual disaster overnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am gonna lean my head in around Ricky then and go, "Hey Keith, what you doing next weekend?"
I'm moving to fucking Pittsburgh's what I'm doing.
Devin,
What?
standards, have some.
Oh,
Standards? Wow, Dawn. Tell me how you really feel.
Damn.
I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
Let's be real. Ricky's the oldest son on a farm. He probably has his shit more together than Devin. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no, it's less about who is being propositioned and more about the fact that it's one right after the other.
Yeah.
Fair. Quite fair.
I'm just saying, we get tickets to a Steelers game.
You know.
Ain't no fucking not deer down at Three Rivers. That's all I'm saying.
There's
It's-
no
it's
not
true.
deer in Three Rivers.
It's true.
It seemed like those could go literally anywhere. They were flying.
I think I made friends.
Aw.
How about we just never talk about this night again?
Everything was fine.
'cause
Ow, cat.
That's what you get.
Donna's comedic timing is impeccable.
Absolutely.
Look at the face of a criminal. Look at the face of a criminal.
The cat,
This is the face of a criminal.
the cat heard you made a friend, and it was not
She
having
was jealous. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
Poor Chuck. Done nothing
No.
wrong.
Never done anything wrong.
She's purring so loud, y'all.
She's so pleased with herself. Well, I think unless there's any kind of epilogue that you folks want to add on, I can start into my little wrap up here.
That Cam just falls asleep against Keith's shoulder, snoring the entire way back.
Go girl.
Yeah.
Or sorry.
Non-binary
Yeah.
girl.
The royal girl, as it were.
Mhm.
Keith
Keith also finally falls asleep.
Yeah, that's so fair.
Pass the fuck out at that point, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so y'all actually, all things considered, had a relatively pleasant night at a relatively consequence-free night. Let's say that.
It was one of the
at your
nights of
little-
all time.
Yes.
Truly one
We
of the
got
nights of all time.
candy.
Yes, you did get candy. And actually a couple nights later, Devin, as it gets closer to Christmas time, I'll say several nights later, you may hear a little bit of noise at your window. And if you should happen to go out there, you're not fast enough to see anything except for the back end of a deer about 3 stories up hopping away. But on your windowsill is another chocolate orange.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Nothing's getting stolen by the Fae.
I'm not saying it's a lure. I'm just saying they know he likes chocolate oranges. They brought him a
Yeah.
little Christmas gift.
I'm gonna
Ricky is too
like
damn superstitious to get with Devin at this point because, like, Devin's
Right.
tempting fate. That's why he was like, "Nah, I'm good." Like,
Fair. Red
Devin
and
is on
black.
so many prayer lists at this point.
You like handed his information to everybody at your church and was like, "Here, he needs it."
Devin's
Pray for this poor soul.
calling his mama and asking to learn how to knit because he wants to make little knitted reindeer booties and like ear covers.
Especially for friends, sir.
Devin's making friends.
Something ain't right
Honestly?
with that boy.
Most normal response from
Yeah.
Devin, honestly.
I am the reclusive eccentric, y'all.
Nah, he ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
I can't wait for
Bless
you to
his heart.
eventually. I
Bless
can't
his
wait
heart.
for you to eventually start developing a prematurely white beard and a tummy like a bowl full of jelly until you slowly transform into. That's not canon. I'm just saying. If I
I
ever ran a
fucking love it.
sequel,
I feel like it's
Secret
about to
Santa
be.
Claus origin
Yeah, I was
story.
about to say. Why would
Can
you
I
do
be
that in front of
creepy?
us and be like, no?
I want to be creepy, not Santa.
I wonder what your North Pole would be. Centralia. I answered
Yeah, that's Centralia. Has to be Centralia.
it. Perfect.
Or Oak Ridge, or like Oak Ridge where the nuclear plant is.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a
Chrissy
good
gets
point.
it. Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
god, wait. Imagine your little elf factory is all on 3 Mile Island. Considering it. I love this.
Next
yeah.
year, y'all.
Next year. But yeah, that's my little Christmas adventure. I'm so glad that you guys had fun. I had such a blast. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
It was
That was
awesome.
a lot of fun. Do we want to do? I understand there's plugs to do during outros.
Sure.
Brendan,
Yeah.
do you want to? Sorry.
I'm just gonna do the same order we did before. So, and I think it actually did end up being alphabetical. So, Alice is gonna be up first.
Hi, my name is Alice. I use they, them pronouns. You can pretty much find me everywhere online at Alice Hart in some way, shape, or form. Only social media I did not get that on, I no longer use because it is a cesspit. So we're
Yeah.
not going to talk about that one. Let's see. I'm not too busy the rest of the year, just because I need to take time and finish Dragon Age Veilguard. But you can find me actually on a Wednesday night over on High Shelf, where Casey is taking us through a very fun game of Cyberpunk Red, where we kill a multimillionaire. Definitely not inspired by any current events or anything, but definitely tune in to see that. Otherwise, you can catch me on the Monster of the Week podcast, Welcome to Reddington. It's an actual play podcast. We are picking up soon with our next arc, most likely after the holidays. And it is a good time for if anyone wants a queer horror Monster of the Week game to kind of get into it, to catch up before we go live again. Otherwise, watch out for social media. Who knows where I might pop up accidentally.
Very cool. And I guess that means. Oh, okay. It is me. It's me. Damn. I'm never ready for these things. Hey, everybody. I have been Brendan. Um, when I am not doing this, you can catch me primarily on other LFTA productions. You can catch me the schedule always looks like second and fourth, I think, Mondays. Maybe it's first and third. I don't remember. Mondays, they're in my calendar for The Kingdom Come, our urban shadows, teenage monsters in a weird American AU high school drama situation. where I play Sepher, the teenage Frankenstein Thembo, really going through it. V2 rocket in a trench coat. I am also every other Sunday in Academy H, where I play Alex Sandowski, aka Victory, using the Legacy Playbook. That is our Masks Actual Play podcast. And then I also am the GM of our other actual play podcast, our Monster of the Week Cryptid Community College, which jury is out as to whether or not the events of this game are canon in C3 or not. We're going to find out together. And yeah, both of our podcasts should be dropping new episodes pretty soon, as soon as we figure out a replacement for Acast, since that has decided to self-destruct. I am doing other games for Haz-Mas coming up. I will be playing in Hasnuka Hunters next weekend. I will also be running a game of A Ghastly Affair, OSR Gothic Horror, with the events at Mistletoe Manor. And then actually, I think the very next game I have is going to be this next coming Wednesday, which is a game that I do not think we have actually formally announced yet. So if you want to find out more about that, you can watch this space by joining our Discord community. And next up is going to be
Me. I was like, wait a second, my screen took a second to load.
I know I had to
I
think
was like,
about
I'm
it.
pretty sure it was me. Yeah, hi, I am Cassidy, aka Yoder, Yoda Almighty. I have been Devin. And let's see, where will you see me next? Monday night, I am playing Mouse Guard for their charity week over on High Shelf Collective. And that's gonna be fun. I have mouse ears that I'm breaking out again. It's gonna be great. Yeah. And then I will be back here twice on Saturday for running my game Saturday morning with Switch at my table of Outgunned How the Green Man from the Mountain Stole Haz-Mas. The Granch is stealing Haz-Mas. That's all you need to know so far. And the Seuss inspired names that I learned today are the greatest things. I'm so excited. We are stealing Hasmus from a capitalist who doesn't appreciate it. And then later that night, I will be with Brendan for Hasnuka Hunters. And then on Thursday, as far as I know, it is Entropy Emporium for me, where Will is running our Girl by Moonlight campaign, God Complex. We are piloting the husks of dead gods to destroy interdimensional space kaiju.
Oh,
Don't worry about what I did last session. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
What do we say? Normal and good and fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actual cannibal, Troy and Mo. Anyway.
actually, I actually did totally forget. The next time I'll be on here is actually on Monday, when we'll be in Silent Nacht Part 2.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that is the sequel to our Apocalypse Keys Hasmus game from last year. We'll be picking
That
up
was
where we
all.
left off. Where I was reminded from the Granch reference, where if we are picking up directly where we left off, the Grinch is about to fight Cthulhu, guys.
Yeah.
So tune in for that. And
Yeah.
next
Excellent.
up, we have
Oh, hi, me. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Chrissy, I played Dawn tonight. And I think the main thing that I have to plug is next weekend I will be over with High Shelf Collective for some Coyote and Crow for their charity Christmas extravaganza. And I'm very excited about that. Yeah, this has been a freaking blast. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah. I think it's Mac next.
It is. Hello, I am Mac. Tonight I have been Ricky in my first ever streamed game. You can find me on all social media, though I don't really use it all that much, at the Mackining. And you will not find me in any other games, at least not right now. So it was a bit nice.
All right. And I guess that leaves me. I am Switchel Sweets or Switchel. I have been your storyteller for this evening. I had an absolute freaking blast. I the only other game I have coming up is going to be next Saturday, 11 o'clock. I'm in Cass's Outgunned game, helping the Green Man from the Mountain steal Haz-Mas back from the Humst. And to give you a minor sneak preview, my agent is Hollyhead Molly, legally distinct from her daisy-headed cousin. Don't worry about it. I'm sure things will go exactly as planned with no problems, just like they always do when I'm on camera. And that's about all I've got coming up for the time being. 2025 plans are very nebulous, but I hope I will be back on this channel relatively soon.
All right, very cool. What a wild time we've all had tonight. I think we are then going to be going away, but we will be back with some more content very, very soon. Again, with our 12 parentheses ish asterisks games of Haz-Mas. We have got a proper marathon of content going on. Join our Discord community. You can check the schedule. We have stuff going on just about every day. Sans the holidays themselves over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned and we will see you then. Say goodnight, everybody.
Night,
Good night,
everybody.
Good night,
everybody.
Good
everybody.
night.